Sorry? Don't know. Haven't seen them. Don't care about them. This is Hampton Rovers and we're on Channel 2.
Off you go, Malcolm.
Umpire's about to bounce the ball for the start of the C-grade premiership match between Old Essendon and the wonderful Hampton Rovers. Down she goes. Good bounce. Up goes Brown and McPherson. Ball comes down. Pooch picks it up. Handballs out very quickly to Chief. Chief following the ball down, out to Busby. Busby with a kick to the half-forward line. And the mark spilled and over the boundary line for the first throw into the game, Bill.
Yeah, very important that Buzzer gets away early. He's a confidence player, and as we saw in the preliminary final, tremendous game with an early start and getting his hands on the footy early, which is good.
In she goes. Ball picked up there by Leask and run out of bounds.
Hampton kicking with the aid of a 3 or 4 goal breeze, although it's a bit fluky here at Elsternwick Park. A beautiful day for footy. Wins a bit of a nuisance actually. 3 or 4 goals, and Hampton with first use of the ball, having won the toss.
Up she goes again. Scarlett going this time. The ball not a good throw in. Bit fumbly out there. Big pack of players, and I think the umpire's going to ball it up.
A lot of nerves early on. Take a couple of minutes for the boys to settle.
Including in the commentary box, Bill.
Yes.
Through Anderson. Quick snap at the ball, and she's out of bounds again. Half forward flank. Hampton Rovers side. Good gardening out there, Bill.
Yes. Yeah, that's been there for a while actually. Hasn't been much development there, but there's plenty happening on the ground. And the
Charlotte gets the ball out. Up in the air. Oh,
good mark.
There.
Good mark. Free kicks paid though, Scotty there.
Half back line for Old Essendon. Got nowhere to go, this bloke.
Yeah,
I expect him to hold the ball a fair bit, Essendon. Oh, there's Busby. As you said, a confidence player, Busby. Getting a couple of touches early.
Long kick forward.
Yeah, unfortunately marked there by Oxenham.
They move the ball well, Essendon. They'll always try and shift the ball. They're happy to switch the play and run through the middle.
Kavanagh, one of their better players too, on the left. Out there to Leask again. Ooh.
Good pressure from the Rovers. Good pressure.
Out to Zampaglione, who kicks it out to Wilmot.
Another player who's had a good final series already, Tim Wilmot, and he's a lovely kick of the footy. Won't be a long way shy of the goals, this.
Right down to the 10-metre square. Scarlett goes up, unable to take the ball. Quick hands again from Essendon. Yeah, fighting hard for the ball there is young Lukey Holt. Dribbles along in front of him, and I think it's about to go out of bounds. No, they've kept it in. Ooh, good bump there. Denver. Done a lot of hard work. Timmy Wilmot scragged without the ball.
Essendon player behind that pack there, feeling the effects of Denver Arts, I think. Slow to get up.
He's a big, strong boy. You wouldn't want him running into you on a dark night.
And he's immediately off with the blood rule. I think there might be a blood rule here. Scotty and the lurker there, McPherson having plenty to say. He's tremendous across half-back, McPherson. Directing traffic there for Old Essendon.
There's Kevin out there giving a drink of water to somebody.
Benny Martin, talking to Benny, who's sponsored by Kevin, I think. He's spent a lot of time in Kevin's arms this season.
And Troy Lynch loves getting into the picture, doesn't he, eh?
Unusual to see Troy with a glass of water in his hand, actually.
It's generally a pot. Good pot man, Lynchy.
He's given the drink to Holty, who's done a lot of work early already.
A bit of a dodgy bounce that time by the umpire. Taken out of the air by Scarlett. Hands out quick to Willow. Oh, out to Benny Martin, Denver, and Pooch, Tony Basella.
Good shepherd off the
Short
ball from
pass
Brown
in.
there.
That's the thing to look for. A lot of the work off the ball by our good solid players on ballers.
Yes, Anthony Brown delivering a good hip and shoulder off the ball there. Good shepherd off the ball, which freed the Rovers up. Ball out of bounds.
Had to come in again on our half-forward flank. No score at this stage. Timmy Wilmot, another kick.
In a lot of
Plenty of the action early, isn't he? Oh, is it going to be? Oh, it's just hit the post, that ball. First score of the day.
Yes, already in the play a lot early, Timmy Wilmot, and continuing on the good form from Glen Ira and the old Essendon game prior to that. Having a great series.
My word. Timmy, as you know, his dad's coaching up at Cairns at Port Douglas, and every chance of winning a premiership this year, Port Douglas.
Yeah, there's a bit of a rumour they'll just get over the line there, Scotty.
Yeah, my tip is final kick of the day they'll win. Let's see how good we go.
Essendon holding the footy up again. They're experts at this into the breeze. Ball comes forward up to centre
A
wing.
little nudge there from Holty, not seen by the umpire. Tony Basella kicks it down towards the direction of Lukey Holt. Controlling the ball. Oh, just pushed over the line. Pushed over the line there by the Essendon player Oxnam. Ball about to come in. Forward pocket for the Rovers. Kicking with a slight bruise. Perhaps even a zephyr.
Essendon happy to bottle it up here now.
Yeah.
5 minutes in. And just this is suiting them at the moment. Tremendous support around the ground today. Big crowd of Rovers here, young and old. Great to see a lot of the juniors out here today supporting the Rovers.
The lurker flicks it out over the back. Dangerous.
Ball just shuffled over the line there, through for a behind. Just about to Lukey Holt there. Almost got a sniff of that, and Buckers good pressure in.
Yeah, good work there by Buckers. Young Matty Lawrence. Now what's this bloke? He'll hold the ball for as long as he possibly can. Try and use up a bit of the time that Hampton have with the bruise. Umpire telling him to move it along now. Oh, come on.
Yes, we said they'd be like this.
He kicked it out to the lurker. Ooh, good mark taken there by Evans for Essendon. Hands off quickly, as you'd expect from their half-back line. Up the direction of Kari out mark there. Looking for a free kick for the umpire, not giving it though. This looks dangerous for the Rovers. Essendon player runs in an open goal and he's kicked one. So Essendon move on to 1 goal and Hampton Rovers 2 behinds.
A good marking contest back at centre half back, which led to that moving forward. That Flaherty he's not a bad player, only a kid, but a big lump of a kid.
Yep.
And good mark in the contest there, and got the ball on quickly. And Essendon against the flow probably there. Rovers dominating most of the play. Gets the first goal of the game.
And that was to young Cipollini. Had some of those with the pasta last night, Bill. Those Cipollinis, pretty good snags.
Ball back in the middle. Umpire putting it down.
Brown up high, good punch down from Brown. That direction there of
Anderson.
Hando, the skipper. Oh, a free kick here to Hampton.
Yes.
Oh, he's giving him yards too, isn't this nice? Might have been a bit of back chat there, Bill, I think.
Yes, I think Chris Scarlett interfered within the marking contest there. And a bit to say by Essendon, a bit undisciplined there, and coach won't be happy with that at all. This is Chris early into the game. Bit of confidence here. This will do him the world of good.
Should not miss from there. Yeah, great kick from Scarlett. First major to the Rovers.
That's a good result. Good result. A quick response there to Essendon's goal against the flow, and the scores there. Hampton now 1-2-8 back in front of Old Essendon at the 9-minute mark of the first quarter. Notice in the quick smoke-free scoreboard. I hope Sue Anderson's taking note of that, Scotty.
I'm sure she would.
be facing the wrong way about now.
much.
No, I think she'll be facing the wrong way. I don't think she'll be looking at the footy at the moment. Too close. Ball back in the middle. Umpire having a bit to say here. There's a bit being said around the ground.
See what this bloke bounces like. Yeah, not a bad bounce. Up goes Brown.
Ordinary bounce there, Scotty.
I thought it was quite a good bounce.
Yeah, Ordinary didn't get up enough though. Juno in the play early as well. Power just about jagged that.
Bordy running through. Just missed the flight of the run of the ball then. That direction of a couple of Essendon players.
Ball's
Get the
in.
ball in. Timmy Wilmot's working very hard. Quick hands out to Cipollini again. Nowhere to go, Cipollini. He's about to get tackled. Good tackle there. Good tackle there by young Lukey Holt. And he's going to be rewarded for that tackle, Holty.
And good play from Essendon. Kavanagh, they're keeping the ball into play. And equally good play by the Rovers. Good pressure.
Holty looking down forward for someone.
Always looking to use the footy, Holdy.
Scarlett.
Always looking to give the footy off.
Oh, here's Busby in it again.
Oh, great second effort by Buzz there. Tremendous second effort.
Yeah, working very hard early, Busby, isn't he?
Yes, as we said earlier, he's a confidence player, and look, he's got all the skills. If he gets away early, he usually puts a good game together. So we're expecting a good four-quarter effort from the Buzz now. His confidence is right up, as is Timmy Wilmot.
Good knock there from Power.
Good smother from Ando there. Good. Drew Anderson smothered the ball well there. There's a free kick here.
Down to Busby. Didn't see that one, Bill. Off the ball incident there.
No, it's... But again, that's probably a sign. Alderson just worried about this fellow, I think, and he'd be closely tagged. It might have been for holding. He might have been held off the footy. Probably indicates that they're worried about this fellow. Played a very good game against them in the semi-final.
Just a tough side to kick from, though, with this Bruce. He'd like to come in from the other side. The kick looks all right. No,
Just fading across, I think.
1 goal, 3 now, Hampton Rovers. To 1 goal, Old Essendon.
11 minutes into the first quarter, and again Essendon will look to hold the footy. He's a master at it, this fellow. Almost pull his hanky out and blow his nose.
Speaking of, I think I might do that myself.
Okay, ball out onto a back flank. Big pack on the half back flank for Old Essendon. Oh, beautiful interception from Ando there. Centres the ball nicely into Chris, who brings the ball to ground. Play on. Essendon looking to clear the ball with hands. This is one of their strengths. They move the ball well by hand, and they've cleared up towards centre wing. Ball broken through the middle by Essendon. Up to their half-forward line now. Race for the football. The Woodman backs himself and takes them on. Finds a loose man out wide. And it's Benny Martin.
Skipper.
It's the skipper, sorry. Anderson.
Oh, Busby.
And good hands to Busby. Good kick from the skipper. Big week for the skipper this week. He'd love to put this one in the bag, and of course next Friday it's the wedding of the century for Ando. So let's hope we can get the Quinella. Busby centres the footy, looking for short.
Doc Anderson, yep. Doc moves the ball further afield. Oh, and that looks like Buckers.
Never waste the footy, Doc. Always looking to give it off as well. Good kick of the football, and this fellow's presented himself all year. Coaching panel have made him a forward, and he's presented all year. Tremendous pair of hands, great leap for a young kid.
Got to work on that kicking a little bit.
But he's done enough work with that one, I think, Scotty.
Very good, Buckers.
Yeah, good hands, good from Drew, good from the skipper to get it down the ground. Good team goal, that one. And the score at the 13.5-minute mark of the first quarter sees Hampton 2-3-15 to Old Essendon, just the one straight goal. Change being made here, Denver coming off.
Blood rule, Bill.
With the blood rule.
I reckon to be someone else's blood, though.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be Denver's.
Yeah. Ball down in the middle. There's the smoke-free sponsorship board in the background there for Sue. Free hit to Brown in the middle.
Not out in the direction of...
Brenton
Ward.
Holt.
Oh, Brenton, is it? Yeah. Buckers goes with one hand, tries to tap it out. Boyd, good smother.
And again, Essendon clear, looking for the safety of the boundary line and finding it on centre wing. And you can see there, just in the foreground, the number of Rovers supporters, young and old, from under-9s right through to senior players who missed out today. It's a tremendous turnout.
Ball being thrown in now on the wing position.
Essendon get the tap.
Hands out again. Hands and hands and hands and hands.
Here he is again, Evans.
Good play, moving into goal, and I reckon he might have missed that. No, he's got it. He's got it, yeah.
Yes, and
Another
he's
goal against the wind.
been responsible for a couple early, Evans, and again against the flow, with the Rovers having most of the play there. But reduces the margin to 3 points again now. Essendon back in the hunt, and you can see the breeze there off the players' jumpers. It's quite a strong breeze.
All about to be bounced. Brown again gets a knockout. Unfortunately in the direction of Dragolio, who kicks it out now. Big Chief, Michael Fletcher. Running hard, they won't go too close to him, I reckon, Chief.
Nice give off there, Scott. Not wasting the footy.
Yeah,
Timmy
good
Wilmot, prominent early. Centering the ball, Busby again, who's also been prominent. Both those players getting a lot of the football. And Benny Martin, reliable as ever. He'd be liking to have a shot beer, Benny, I think. The nostrils might have flared a little bit. He knows he's got the bruise behind his back.
And that's really the side to kick him from too, Bill, with this wind.
Yes, you can see he wants to have a go here, wants to have a ping. And he set the ball right up into the square. Oh, there's a big mark. There's a big mark in the pack there. Big mark to Anthony Brown.
Might have hurt himself when he came down there, Bill.
Yes, well, he gets up such a long way, Brownie. He's the quiet achiever. Doesn't have a lot to say, but very workmanlike. And geez, he's had a tremendous season actually, not just a finals campaign. He's had a great season. This distance he hasn't liked a bit of late. You know, I think some of them need to follow through. Let's see how he goes today.
No problem with that one.
Just waiting on the umpire there. Just waiting on the umpire. Yes, it's just it's caused a bit of a problem in the final series with a few players just stabbing at the footy, and they're all good kicks. I think that's something we'll have to look at in the off season. But good, beautiful grab, and I'm sure fortune will favour later in the game.
Short on there. Oh.
Brown up looking to make amends there with a big attempt to mark.
Lukey Holt, very quickly picked up there by Benny Martin.
But the interception.
Can he pick it up? No, he couldn't quite get it.
Good attempt there from the Rovers.
Out of bounds on the half forward flank for the Rovers.
Ball looking to come back into play now. And Brownie again wins the knockout.
Oh, the umpire reckons he's infringed against the lurker McPherson.
He'd be working hard to get that goal back, Brownie. He knows that. And this fellow specialises across half-back. Looks for the safety of the boundary line.
Oh, Buzz has almost taken the one-hander. Looks like Buzz has been out to Hair Lab to get the pick up one of his haircut awards.
Well, he ought to give one to Timmy Wilmot. And Essendon looking to move the footy on. Oh, lucky not to give away a free kick there. Caught very high, the Essendon player, and we got away with it. Play on, and Essendon worked the ball through the middle. Up to the half-forward flank, and a good mark. Again by Flaherty, is it?
He's got a couple early against Kari. I'm sure Kari will pay him back for that later on during the day.
Well, Rovers player over there, slippery up there. Woodman mopping up again, and backs himself again down the centre corridor.
He's solid in defence, our Woods, isn't he?
He's very solid. Rovers boys lucky to get that one though. They mopped up well.
The
Pooch looking for someone, and that's not a bad kick. looking for someone up forward. Happy to find the boundary on half forward flank. Bucker's just letting him know he's found it. Good to see Bucker's back with the blonde tellers today. We weren't too sure what he was going to race out with today. He's sort of the funky Miller of the Rovers, Bucker's these days. But we've gone with the blonde rinse. Vote catching rinse actually, Scotty.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking of doing it myself actually. The blonde rinse. How do you reckon it'll look?
Yeah, good. Ball back into play. Brownie gets the ball down. And Essendon happy to tie it up. And
Willow going in a little harder than probably necessary there, just to let him know he's around. Chick magnet. I think he kills himself, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's only up to about 7 p.m. though, Scott. After that, it works in reverse. The lurker.
Too many lunatic soups, and there he goes again.
He's got the footy though. He's got the footy, got it forward, ball through for behind Adam, just over the line there, Adam Power. And again, Essendon looking to bring the ball back into play. Gets the ball off quickly here now, which is unusual. Out through half back. And a good attempt to mark. And paid by the umpire to old Essendon. Essendon with the ball on half back, kicking into the breeze. Chips the ball forward and finds his teammate, Wallington. One of the quicker players out there.
Where's Wally?
Left footer. Not a very good kick, mopped up by the skipper, Ando, who gets the ball off to Drew Anderson, his namesake. He chips the ball forward. Bad bounce for Chris there. Bit unfortunate. Essendon mop up again.
Fighting against each other in that contest.
Yes.
A little bit of a jumper hole there from Benny Martin, went unnoticed by the umpire.
He's had a good piece of that jumper, Ben, and got away with it. And the ball out of bounce on...
the quarry side of the ground.
Yes, half-forward flank for old Essendon. Ball thrown in, and Brown and the lurker...
Oh, Brown gets pushed straight in the back there.
Lurker pushes him off. Interesting tussle this between the two of them now developing. And... honours probably slightly with Anthony Brown at the moment.
Well, I'll tell you what, that McPherson, the lurker, he actually won the best and fairest for the C-grade comp this year, and I reckon Brownie's going to show him
big
who
mark.
is the best.
Big mark by Busby at centre-half forward. Long kick from Brown to centre-half forward, and Busby takes a clean mark about 50 metres out from goal here, and he's having a good look himself.
That's probably about his fourth mark today.
Yeah, he's got we picked his form early, I think. If he gets the footy early, he'll put in a good game. I'm sure we're going to see a good game from him. He's bombing long here now. Big long kick. And got the distance. Just not the accuracy. But he's a lovely kick when he's on song. Ball through for a behind. And Rovers just slightly in the ascendancy here. I'm sure we'd like a couple of goals to close the quarter down and make use of this breeze. At the moment, just a couple of points in front. Essendon kicking out, finding a loose man across half-back, who, again, quick hands off to Essendon. Moving the ball along the boundary line here now, up towards centre wing, and Denver, fantastic mark. Fantastic mark from the Axe there. Sponsored by Club Warehouse Denver, as you can see, personal sponsor. Only man he really upset was Chief. I think he pinched most of the tape. Gets the ball back inside, into centre-half forward, looking for the big boys. And a free kick the umpires found there, Scott. And again, they move the ball quickly, Essendon, off to the lurker, who spots a man on half-back.
They're not getting it very far, though, are they?
There was Evans to Flaherty, two boys that have sort of kept them in it a bit here. Curry's cleaned him up on this occasion, though. Got the ball back in forward line. Essendon, again, mopping up across half-back, though, looking to switch the play, changes his mind, goes back down the line. And pushing the back there from an Essendon player went unnoticed.
Gary Carroll.
Yeah, good tussle that one, Scott. Good tussle. There's Dragolio trying to drag one over the top.
I reckon Curry will get the honours in the end.
Yes, he's a dogged defender and a beautiful kick of the footy.
And only a kid still.
Yeah, he's just 18 years of age. Might be a bit of footy left in him, I think. About 200 games. And the ball again out of bounds on the half-forward flank. Camera's just catching up with the play now, and Essendon just trying to work something here. Centering the ball, big attempt to mark there. Pooch looking to mop up, just overran the footy. Chief gets it back to Drew Anderson.
I'm forced to kick on the right foot, Drew.
A good kick.
Ooh, guts showed there by Buckers. Kick smothered a tad. Essendon trying to get away. Down here to Evans again.
And a lot of the play early, Scott Evans. And spots him again. And again, yeah, Flaherty, who's having a fair quarter.
Ooh.
There's some work on the boundary line here.
Oh,
gee, it was a bit stiff there, but...
Yep, there's a hold in the man decision for certain.
Yeah, very lucky there, the Rovers. Fortune favours the brave, though, and they've got away with it. Woodsy trying to kick off the mark. His umpire's brought him back, makes him kick over the mark.
Reckon he'll be in for a good day, Woodsy.
Yeah, he doesn't put in too many bad ones.
No.
In fact, I don't think I've seen one.
Kari.
Good mark, Kari. That's what's needed. Good, strong hands. And Wood's confident enough to back him too, which is tremendous to see, actually.
Looking pretty tight unit, the back line here.
Kari, big, long kick down the centre. And the lurker takes the mark, plays on. Essendon just trying to show a little bit of the ascendancy here.
There to Fleming, the captain.
Toe pokes the ball around the corner. Not a good kick, though. He's got away with it.
Oh, there's that lot of shit. I mean, lot of Schmidt.
And that's exactly where it went to. Scotty should have really made more of that, Essendon. And fortunately for us, bad kick off the boot and 1 point resulting. The Woodman with the ball in defence. He won't waste the footy. Gets it on quickly, knowing he's got the win. Big long kick down the centre. Ball over the back of the pack. Knocked on by Brenton Holt. Brenton Holt attacked the footy endo there. Bad bounce, bit unlucky there. And again, Essendon just toe poke the ball forward. Seeing a lot of the ball, McPherson finds another one of his comrades out wide who looks to centre the ball back inside, and good effort from Gino in front. Ball dropping low against the bruise, and Gino's smart enough to work that out. Long kick down the middle.
Looking for Holdy then, missed him. They're buttering up pretty well over there, Essendon, across their half-back line.
And big handball from the Essendon player over the top.
I'll stop this. Yeah, he's really hit form towards the back half of this season, Timmy Wilmot.
Yes, well, those two players there, front and back, have had a very good finals campaign. And, look, the intensity on the Rovers, the tackling's fine here, just not showing on the scoreboard at the moment. Brown up, no one got the tap there. Wilmot lays the tackle. Good second effort from Brownie. And,
he's just given Willow one.
Just giving him one in the guts there, and
Willow's going to get the free kick out of this.
He's taken the ball off him.
He's a fair dinkum big fat turd, that bloke, isn't he?
Yes, well, I mean, that looks, I'm surprised that that's all that resulted in that, because it was a premeditated smack to the guts, but, Willow will take the kick and say nothing.
Say nothing. He'll probably say something.
He saves it all for after dark, mate. And beautiful off the pack to Brenton Holt. Oh, that's
and
just
slotted it through.
Just class bit of roving there off the pack.
Now you can bet your left cheese and cracker someone will say something to Lotta Schmidt after that.
The scoreboard there quickly, as you can see, Hampton Rovers at the 27-minute mark of the last quarter, 3-6-24 to Essendon 2-1-13.
Guess what? It's only the first.
What did I say?
You said the last quarter.
Well, I wish it was.
Carried away
At the 27-minute mark, it would have been handy.
Would have been nice.
A couple of undisciplined acts from old Essendon now this quarter. That's not the first one, and 25-metre penalty early on to Chris Scarlett resulted in a goal. So a couple of undisciplined acts early creeping into their game. You can see the wind there blowing off the umpire's strides. Still a strong breeze favouring the Rovers as the ball's bounced.
Brown up again. Just missed it that time, but
Drew
look at there to Doc Anderson down the direction of Buckers and Chris Scarlett and Ben Healy.
And the ball's out of bounds.
Rovers why do they call him Sugar?
Well, I can only assume that. Well, yeah, sweet as a nut, I suppose. Sugar Healy at Melbourne was Greg Healy. I don't know whether the Healy is synonymous with sugar, but look, he plays that sort of game today. Greg Healy will be happy. Denver getting the footy away.
Kick smothered off the left.
And back into play. Rovers would dearly love to just squeeze one here just before quarter time, just to give themselves a bit of a margin here. Ordinary throw-in, and Denver takes advantage of it. Good hands off the back of the pack. Well tackled by Essendon.
And Timmy Wilmot. Free kick here.
Yes, they're after him. He gives it off to Denver, who bombs long. and the ball's got to go back. Umpire saying the ball must go back. And here's a chance for the Rovers. 28.5-minute mark, and not a lot of time left in the quarter. Chance here for the Rovers just to sneak and manufacture something before quarter time. Pooch just telling him where to go. Unusual for Pooch there, very quiet player. Ball up into the corridor. Big pack develops. Bucker's keeping the pressure on there. Oh, and off the ground by Sugar Healy, and we've just given him a bit of a rap and just about manufactured a goal there. Touched on the way through. Good effort. Good effort at Essendon to bring the ball back into play. Moves it on quickly here and finds his partner, Wallington.
Where's Wally?
Wallington and looking to bring the ball back into play from the back pocket. Looking to clear up towards centre wing. 2 Rovers there. Didn't really have much to go for there, I didn't think. Quick hands out there. Very good hands out.
Denver again.
Denver, long kick forward.
Oh,
Brown. Oh, if you don't mind.
Oh,
Dear me.
Big jump there from Brown, and the ball came to ground, and we had Busby there, ever ready to pick up the crumbs and goal.
Yes, brought the ball down and Buzz where he ought to be, someone at the bottom of the pack, and the score quickly at the 30.5-minute mark, Hampton 4-7-31 to Old Essendon 2-1-13. And that's the goal, Scott, I think that probably the Rovers were looking for, I think, before quarter time, just to give them that slight ascendancy. Not the fastest starters in the competition, Hampton, so...
always bloody good finishes.
Very good finishes. Their fitness shows, and Essendon have got away fast in every game we've played them this year. So this is a pleasing quarter-time score. Ball up.
Denver gets a tap out. Straight to skipper. There was Brenton Holt running for the ball. And the ball's kicked towards the boundary line from Essendon. Picked up well there. Wallington again, I think.
Yeah, getting a lot of the footy. And here he is.
Towards the lurker. Brownie a bit closer to him this time.
Dando lets him know that he's there too. And they clear the ball through Evans, and Evans getting a lot of the footy and doesn't waste it too often either. Gets it up to one of his teammates on the half-forward flank for Essendon. Ball quickly forward, and Chief just making sure that the ball's out of bounds in the half-forward flank for Essendon there, forward pocket area, about 45-50 metres out from goal.
At the Essendon, or the Elsternwick quarry side of the ground.
Yes, in front of the Carlton draft sign there, and a lovely sign it is. Hope we'll have a few of those later, Scotty. Essendon again, Evans trying to manufacture something out of nothing, but Wilmot right with him. Backline holding fairly firm here, and they'll be tested in the next quarter. Rovers will be asked to step up as the ball's thrown back into play. Long quarter, and there's the siren. The siren sounded for quarter time. And Rovers would be fairly happy with that. We'd love to be a few more in front with the win, but it's a fluky sort of win, Scott. And, Essendon kicked goals with it. 32-minute quarter, big quarter. Hampton 4-7-31 at quarter time with Old Essendon 2-1-13.
Yeah, I think we'd be reasonably happy with that lead. A bit straighter kicking would have been nice, but hasn't been one of our strong suits this year, our kicking for goal. We've kicked many behinds. Ready to bounce the ball for the start of the second quarter. Hampton going to left of screen. And Old Essendon kicking with the 3 to 4 goal wind.
Yeah, look, ground's in beautiful, Nick, Scott, too. We had a bit of a look at it before the game, and, they rolled the middle. I think there's a bit of concern about the centre wicket area, and the ruckman certainly wanted it flattened out, and they certainly did that for us, put the big roller over it. But the ground generally is in very good nick.
Yeah, a few scratchy bits there in the middle, though. It's still a bit hard.
Yeah, it's hard, but it's nice around the flanks as the ball's bounced to start the second quarter.
First and the Brown go up. No decisive knockout. Down towards the west and attacking very early. There's young...
Yes, a definite... the pace has just increased a touch here, I think.
Oxton gets it out quickly to Ryan.
Oh, he had a bit of a look,
yeah,
I think,
he did
then.
too, didn't he?
He had a bit of a look then, the boy.
I would have had a look too, I think. Ball out of bounds on the half-forward line for Essendon.
Yeah, good quarter from the big fellows in the first quarter, I think fairly even. Brownie winning in the middle. The lurker, McPherson, doing a fair bit of cross-half back, linking up as a link player. But certainly Brown won all the ruck contests, I thought, pretty well. Ball back into play on Essendon's half-forward flank now. Great tackle.
Good tackle, Doc Anderson.
Yes, he's had a very good season too, Scott, and certainly I think would figure prominently in the voting at the end of the year.
Well, he has had a good season, and it's been proven by his selection in the amateurs state team.
Correct. Chief gets the ball from a throw-in and bustles his way through the pack, forcing the ball forward. And he'll see a lot of the footy this quarter, I think, Chief, and you can see him in the background there, back into position very quickly. Ball will find itself across half-back a bit this quarter. Brown again.
Knocks it towards the boundary line. The umpire's given Brownie a free kick here. Bit of a nudge
and
from the
again,
lurker.
a bit of undisciplined play, Scott. And this is the third occasion now we've seen this, and this is a sign of frustration from Essendon, who in previous encounters with us have had a substantial lead at this phase in the game. Here they are trailing, and all of a sudden, some undisciplined acts creeping into their play.
Sure, the runner will be able to speak to that player there for just disposing of the ball the way he did after the free kick was given to Brownie.
Brownie having a look at centre half forward and sets the ball up, looking for one of the marking forwards.
And there's almost a good grab there from
I think
Busby.
he's been paid.
Yep.
I think he's been paid, and
Be nice to slot this one through.
very good early on. This is just the tonic I think we need. And look, it's a wonderful option when you've got Buckers and Buzzer who can take the big grabs, who play tall, and then you've got Power and Scarlett who are there to take the big solid grab. So you just wonder whether Essendon are going to be able to man up on all these fellows. Someone's going to break free, and at the moment, it's this man.
Then Busby kicking from 40 metres out.
Umpire's having a
I
good
tell you
look,
what,
and he's called touch. Now,
yeah,
this
how
is
can that be
interesting.
touched?
This is interesting. The umpire's having a quiet word here.
He's knocked the ball forward. It's either got to be a goal or it's got to be no score, play on.
We've seen this in the semi-final against Essendon in a very similar scenario occur. And
I reckon
again,
this umpire's going to make that a goal. No?
he's going to bounce the ball. Now,
Yeah, that's a strange.
that is a very strange decision. In fact,
Tell you what.
I wish we could slow it on the replay there, but blimey, Teddy, that's a very odd little decision there. But the ball's been bounced, and it's where it needs to be in our goal square. So up it goes, and Essendon rightly punched the ball through. So I'd like an evaluation of that later on, but certainly the field umpire challenged the goal umpire there. I'm not sure how they arrived at a ball up, but anyhow, Essendon have the footy.
I think you move it a lot quicker this time now than kicking with the wind.
I think he will, Scott.
Although
Definitely.
he's fiddle farting around with it a bit.
Well, he can take as long as he likes this quarter.
Happy with that.
Kicks the ball out, looking to manufacture something. Parker's nearly got there.
Yep. Back across the ground.
Looking for one of their playmakers, Evans. Oh,
And a little bit high, but forced to play on. Or called to play on by the umpire. There's Jason Zampaglione setting the ball across the line. Went to a nice Italian restaurant last night and had some Zampaglione for dessert. Gee, it was nice.
yes, I know someone else that's had some Zampaglione for dessert too.
Oh, hang on.
And
Sounds
very
different.
very tasty, Jason said it was too. As the ball's thrown back into play, Denver, where he always is at the bottom of the pack, working to get the footy out. Good hands from Brenton Holt off
Out
to
to
Kari. Kari gets a quick kick forward into the middle. Well done from Healy. Makes his man earn it. Gets the ball off. Boyd gets tackled round the neck. Play on, says the umpire. Ball off to Drew Anderson. Anderson off to Denver Arts, who kicks long and low into the bruise. That's the kick. Looking for the boundary. Happy to find it. Chris with him all the way. Great effort, Chris Scarlett. And rewarded for his endeavours too. What a fantastic effort from the big fellow on one of the smaller blokes.
At Oxenham.
Tremendous team play round that flank there. Everyone working hard together. And Chris finishes up with the footy about 50 metres out from goal, looking to centre the ball here, I'm sure, and does. Into centre half forward, big pack develops.
Buckers in front as usual.
Brenton Holt gets it off the pack, kicks to the centre of the square, looking for a player. Unfortunately, in this instance, he's found the Essendon player, who sweeps the ball clear, looks for a long handball to the middle, finds the lurker, as you'd expect, at centre half back, kicks forward through the centre of the ground, long kick, but to no one really. Pooch just caught with the footy there. Bit stiff, just a little fiddle there, and lost the footy, but the ball's gone straight to.
Woods in front again.
Endo loses his footing there. Won't want to do that next Friday, Scott. Won't want to slip over next Friday, mate. Pull a hammy up the aisle.
No jokes about losing your footing, though.
No. Ball out of bounds. Essendon's half-forward flank. Beautiful day for footy. Bruce just a little strong, bit swirly. Lurker in chief in the contest there. Pooch forces the ball forward. Well done. Gets it off to Benny Martin. Lovely little kick up to Brown, who just loses the footy. Probably had it spent before he got it there, Scott, I think.
Yeah. I think he had a quick look to see where the lurker was and didn't quite have possession of the ball.
Ball out of bounds on centre wing. Thrown in, and Brownie uncontested there. Takes it out, but challenged on the ground. Doc Anderson challenged by everybody and slung to the ground. Footy's not going anywhere there. And Denver, sponsored very generously by Club Warehouse, hands the footy over to the umpire. It's a vote getting award there, Denver. Down she goes. The lurker, big punch McPherson, gets the footy off. Goes to no one really. Pooch kicks it off the ground, but only finds an Essendon player who, again, only finds Timmy Wilmot. And Timmy, in the thick of everything, gets the ball forward, and he finds an Essendon player. Good
Chris
play
Scarlett.
from Chris
Good
Scarlett.
bump. And Bordy grabbed high there.
Oh, and he's dropped one into him there. I don't know if you noticed that, Scott,
Yes,
but
I
number
did.
9, he has dropped one into him, and it's cost him the free kick, so he didn't get that for around the neck.
Yeah, that's good, Joe.
Good ya, yeah, well, good on you, good ya. That's cost him a kick there, and the ball forward for the Rovers now. Essendon
Cipollini.
clearing. Cipollini gets the ball
Over
up.
the top of the lurker. And straight to Pooch.
Beautiful kick, Pooch, if he sets it to the right bloke, and he has.
Oh,
We predicted that one.
Yep.
That's he's found Adam Power, and really Adam shouldn't be looking to give this off. He's a wonderful kick of the football, and this is his forte, kicking from about 45 metres into the breeze.
Big long left footer.
There's Denver in the foreground, just giving Bordy a little pat in the back there for that. Was a good effort there. He got turned inside out. Should have got the free for around the neck and got one for a smack in the guts. And they like it behind the goals, Scotty. They like it behind the goals.
Good goal, Adam Power.
Big contingent of Rovers supporters behind the goals there, young and old. It's just fantastic to see. Bright future for the club, I think. And the way we're going here, Scott, we've got the sort of start that Essendon had in the first quarter there as the couple of goals into the wind. And
Yep.
that's you've got to think that maybe the ascendancy's with us at this stage.
Yeah, it's nice to see Power getting into it early. I would put him down for at least 3 goals today.
Yes, look, a good team effort there. Everyone working both ends of the ground, and that's the really pleasing sign at the moment, I think. I don't think there's a passenger out there. Everyone's really contributing. Ball up, and Brown and McPherson down to Denver, working hard, holds the footy up.
And that's that rough bit of ground
Yes.
too. I'd be very surprised if they don't couple of few cuts and bruises after being thrown into that.
And he got a free kick out of that
Hands
too.
out to Chief
And the Chief getting into the game now.
towards Benny Martin. Benny, pick it up, son. That's it. Good work. Hands again.
Good
Look at
hands.
that Timmy Wilmot.
Good hands.
Hands across again there to young. Ooh.
Oh, great off the ball from Power. Wonderful tackle off the ball. And unfortunately, he's been penalised. I think a little bit stiff there, actually. A little bit stiff. He was obviously just shepherding off the ball. Might have been more than 5 metres, but I couldn't see anything wrong with the actual shepherd itself. And that's going to cost them over the course of the game. They'll feel them. Notice Adam picked someone his own size there too, all 3'7" of him.
And already, I think some of the Essendon players starting to have a bit of a look over their shoulder.
Oh, good grab.
Yeah, there's an excellent grab there from Ryan.
Centre half forward, looking to move the ball forward here.
It's not Ryan, I beg your pardon, it's Heritage.
Yeah, Heritage, not a bad play. He's only a young bloke. And looks like there's been a penalty here, Scott. Has there? I'm just struggling to understand a decision going on here.
Been a few funny ones.
Oh, well, unfortunately the camera there has just has missed that play, and I'm not sure whether it was Heritage. The score, though, Hampton, 5-8-38, kicking into the breeze at the 10-minute mark, and Essendon 3 goals, 1-19. Yeah, just missed the coverage there, but a good mark from Heritage, a long kick. Not sure whether that cleared the pack or not, but would suggest that it did clear the pack and they've paid advantage there. It looked like there was going to be a free kick paid back up the field, and I'd say that's cleared the pack and gone through. Ball up in the middle.
Brown gets a tap out again to Ben Martin. Can't pick it up. Kick off the ground there. Out the direction of Busby. Feeding the ball out in front of him. Oh, now that's got to be almost deliberately kicked out of bounds on the forward, or out of bounds there. Good work, Busby. Working very hard.
That supporter base there, Scott, just behind the goals. That's tremendous to see, I tell you what. And that's at both ends of the ground, and the centre wing area below us is absolutely chock-a-block. A big crowd here today to see Hampton try and force their way back into flags and be great.
Looking for 3 flags out of 5 years here. Gary
Force
doesn't
it's
quite
all
hold onto it.
Takes the ball across the line though. In control of the footy there.
He ran into that Lottership then, and he's a solid boy, that Lottership.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, Lutterschmidt.
Ball back into play, centre wing. The Rovers with a 20-point lead. Essendon with the footy, looking to come through the middle and found him in the guts. Essendon pushing the ball forward. Marking contest, good spoil by the Rovers there. Chief out wide, just directing traffic a bit here now. Gets the ball close to the boundary line and taken out. Almost out on the full there, I would have thought, actually, against your mate Scotty, but not paid by the umpire. Out of bounds.
Gino called for it, didn't he? He was pretty convinced.
Yeah, I thought it looked pretty good too. It's we're the sponsor in the background there, the Pump House, Scott. I can tell you a few stories about the Pump House. Ball back into play and back into play and into the goal square. Good spoil there. Essendon looking to do something, just can't move it off here. Under pressure, forced to go backwards. Still under pressure. Great tackles, fantastic effort.
Wood.
Great effort from the Woodman. Essendon get the ball forward, but there's no one there. Ando
Skipper
mopping up and
kicks it back and across the other side of the ground, the direction of Willow, and fortunately he's just kicked it to loose.
he might have been looking for Denver there, I think.
This
And
is the side of the ground you'd have a shot from, Millie. You can kick him from there.
and Pooch has got a Ludder Smith and a good match up there. Very similar builds.
Very, very similar builds. Yeah, Leaf can have a shot. No, I think he's just pulled it a bit. Pardon the expression.
Yes, he has. And the ball's through for one behind. And you can see there's the Essendon supporter base down there. You look at that, if you remember the other end of the ground, you see the difference, the absolute power of supporters that we've got here today. Fantastic turnout. Everyone wanting to see the Rovers do well today as Woods brings the ball, chips the ball back into play, finds the skipper in the back pocket, whose role here is to mop up against the breeze. And you'll see him go forward when we're kicking with the wind in a similar role. Again, round the boundary line, looking out wide for Chris Scarlett. Yeah, good contest there, really making them earn every blooming possession they get. And the ball has been, there's a free kick here. No, there's a free kick here. A bit of frustration creeping into Essendon's game. There's Andy round the background there, having plenty to say. As the ball's
out from Scarlett. Unfortunately, he's kicked that one straight out of bounds on the full.
Yeah, looking for Brownie there, hugging the boundary line, just a bit too tight, but the idea is right, is to just block that footy up, keep it nice and tight, and Essendon bring the ball back into play. Yeah. Brownie Senior in the background there, directing traffic.
I'll tell you what, Brownie's just about tagged him then.
And yeah, it's not a very confident passage of play from Essendon there, Scott, really. You'd think with the breeze that you'd be looking to kick and find a man, and that a handball would not be your best option, but what suits the Rovers. Lacking a little bit of confidence, Essendon, at the moment.
Out of bounds on their half-forward line for Essendon.
And Chief just
gives him a
shunts
bit of a nudge.
Flaherty clean in the back there and get out of my way, and the umpire's too scared to do much about it, actually. And ball's back out of bounds. Rovers just bottling it up a little bit now. Chief taking Flaherty and just giving Brownie a bit of a break with the lurker. No, they're back in the contest.
Chief actually gets that ball out, looking for Benny Martin.
Cleared well by Essendon. Big kick down, looking for Evans. And there's a free kick here.
It's a free kick's going to Woodsy, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. Free kick's going to Woodsy.
Yeah, just one of the quad.
Anderson.
No, it's the Woodman. It's the Woodman. And unfortunately, looking again for Brown and pinpoint to the boundary line, and the ball's out of play. Out of play, half-forward flank for Essendon. Rovers with a 20-point ascendancy here, kicking into the breeze. Ball up, throwing, no one really won that. Tried hard, Brenton, to get the footy out, but unfortunately fell into the arms of Essendon.
Again.
Great tackle from the Rovers, trying to bring him down, forcing the error, forcing the skill error, and Ando mopping up the skipper deep into the back pocket.
Having a good look around too, Steve. Trying to pick a target out.
And he's a wonderful kick. And unfortunately, on this occasion, it was just too good, and it's found an Essendon player well smothered, very well smothered.
Was that Kari?
I'm not sure who it was there on the big screen here, Scott, but effectively...
Effectively?
I'll put
You-
that in.
you thrown one in?
Put that in for Bruder. Ball thrown back into play.
Beak gets a knockout. Denver again. That direction of where Brenton Holt.
Oh, look.
Gee.
Happy to see the boundary line. That's not a very confident sign from Kavanagh, who's a bit of a negative sort of bit of play there.
Yeah.
Tells you something.
Didn't really want to pick the ball up then, did he?
No, he didn't. There's Kari Senior over there, boundary line, just telling the umpire to throw it in there. Brownie. See that ball move in the air. Denver working hard on the back. Benny Martin out to Doc Anderson. Anderson off to Sugar Healy. Healy over the top. Looking for Boyd, but just wasn't there for him. Holds the footy up. Essendon sneak it out the back though and clear into centre half forward and centering the ball, looking to send the ball. Don't know why he didn't have a shot then himself, Scott, but he's given it off and really he's put that out in the pocket.
Here from Essendon, is there?
Oh,
there's a lot of shit again.
and
He's flicked it out to where Woodsy has taken another mark in front. Another mark in front of that time.
Ando over the top to Wilmot. Wilmot looking to clear from the back pocket. Kicks long. And unfortunately, he's found Essendon, who play on with the footy. He's kicked on. He had to kick on his left there, and he's found the chief. And Ando. Excuse me.
Just play across in the direction of who's that there? Is that Sugar?
It's Healy. Healy.
Across to Gino Zampaglione.
Second
Gives
effort.
It back.
No, he doesn't.
Give it back. Up there where Barkers flies high in front as usual.
This time a good mark over the back.
Mark there by Panagiotopoulos. Say that one, Bill.
Yes, no thanks. He gives it across to Lesk, who's got a fair bit of the footy himself. Good spoiler over the top of Denver, but he butters up very well. And again. 3 attempts from Denver. Gets a bit of support here now, but the ball's flicked out the back to Essendon, who move the ball back through the middle. And the Chief now starting to, a bit of blotting paper now, the Chief. He's starting to swallow everything and gives the footy off. Umpire bringing the ball back though. Gino looking for a stat there, and he'll be telling Billy Campbell about it too. As he again gives it off. And this time off to Ando, and a bit wide. Ball's still in play. Yes, it is. Everyone stopped there for a minute, but Gino again gets the footy forward to Boydie. Boydie over the top to Denver again, who's getting a lot of the football. Kicks long into the forward line, and a tremendous effort just to make a contest of it from, I think, Dean Busby there. Free kick paid against us, though, to Old Essendon. Not sure what for there, Scott.
He might have paid the mark.
Did he?
Yeah.
Back through the middle.
Them, quick hands. Bit of an up and under kick there, and our blokes, all they want to do is defend.
Big spoil, big punch away, and it's fallen their way to Healy. Healy, who gets the ball forward. Not to anyone in particular, though, in this instance, but well mopped up by Brenton Holt. Gets the hands off to Denver. Denver in the back. Has to be a free kick, umpire. He works hard on the deck, Denver, and getting a lot of the footy. A lot of hard ball gets. Looking to give it off here now.
Come on, boys. Give him something. Centres it.
Centres the footy. Looking for the big mark.
There,
Just about hung on to it.
Brownie. Still got the ball, Brownie, and quickly flicks it out there to Buzzer again. Unfortunately.
And Brenton Holt has swallowed that in the forward pocket, but they've paid it out in the full. Bit unlucky there.
We're doing well holding on while Essendon are kicking with this bruise. We've had about as much of the ball in our forward line as they have.
Yes, they haven't really been too convincing, even when they've been in attack, Scott, as they look to clear the ball off half back at the moment. In another chance.
I really think they're having a bit of a look, you know.
Good mark from Woodsman, who hands off to Wilmot straight away, who gives the footy off, looking up forward for Denver, who's knocked up getting lead of this quarter, and happy to see the ball out of play, half forward flank. Just with the Sharon sign right behind them there, and they've seen plenty of it, a few of those boys already in this first half of footy. Umpire throwing it back into play, half forward flank for the Rovers. Brown, Martin, Busby, beautiful hands off.
Doc Anderson.
Beautiful kick from Doc.
On the left foot, and he's gone straight for Buckers, and a good grab.
Doesn't waste the footy, the Drooby. Does not waste the footy.
And Buckers, as usual, in front.
Chris coming off. Look at change being made there, I think, now. And Buckers back kicking from about 40 metres. Into the breeze. Stabs at the footy.
That usual stabbing style, and I think he's just dragged this one across.
Yes, he has.
I'm going to give him some kicking lessons over summer.
Yes, I don't think there'll be much time for Buckers travelling overseas. I think seriously he needs a footy camp and some kicking. He won't get it overseas. The only kicking he'll get will be from Boydie. As the ball's brought back into play by Essendon. Big kick and a good mark taken out there. Plays on, looking for a loose man, and a beautiful interception from Arts, who still manages to get the footy off to
Brenton Holt, and then off to Steve Anderson. Direction of, young Lukey couldn't take that grab from behind. Ball's called play on, yeah.
And Essendon seem good shepherd off the ball again there. There's some very good shepherding off the ball taking place here, which will take its toll later in the game. And Hampton are doing most of it.
So I reckon it's starting to take its toll already.
Yeah, so it looks like they're wanting the footy a little bit more. As again the ball's brought back into play. Hampton Rovers half forward flank. Brown. McPherson wins the tap down there, gets the ball down, doesn't go anywhere though, and there's a kick off the ball there to Essendon.
Not for Flaherty, is it?
He's tried hard, this kid. Umpire just bringing him back. And he looks through the centre corridor. Attempt to mark by Essendon. Evans, who's had a bit of the footy himself. Heritage gets the ball forward to Chief no further, and Chief out beautifully out wide and spots Sugar Healy. Healy looking to put the ball forward. He's a fine kick himself and has gone for Buckers just off fingertips. Essendon clear. Again getting the handball going through the middle. Trying to set something up here, but they just don't look like they want it as much as us. Gino attacks the footy. Brown attacks the footy.
Young Blazy with a distinctive headgear, kicks it in the direction of their forward line, but not a real good kick. The ball's out of bounds in the forward pocket for Essendon, with a couple of dour defenders there from the Rovers. Pasella, Woods.
Yes.
Here comes. And up goes Chief. No decisive knockdown to anyone. Quick snap at goal, but unfortunately for Essendon, out of bounds on the full. Free kick going here to Steve Anderson. Or to bring the ball back in, I should say, Steve Ando. No. Yep. Which way's he going? The umpire's saying, no, you've got to come back this way, son. Ando's looking for someone, and Brownie's pointing in the direction of the boundary line. Kicks it right up towards Brown. Oh, actually quite a good mark there from Evans.
No, this is the big fella Flaherty, I think.
Flaherty, yeah, that's right.
Big kid, big lump of a kid. He's only a young bloke too, Scotty. He looks like a player. Wonder what he's doing next year.
Fair kick. Yeah, kick the point. Bad luck. Rotten bad luck. I reckon he might be playing in B grade against us, Bill.
You could always play against them.
You got your recruitment book out, haven't you?
Yes, I have, mate. I have. And the ball moves down to centre wing. Just a little lapse in concentration from the commentators there, mate. As we slip forward and the ball back into the Rovers forward line, which is where we want to see it. Hands off the ground from Essendon, looking to clear good pressure from the Rovers. So they're not just getting an easy touch, Essendon. They're having to work very hard with every time they get the footy. Back through the middle. Handball off. Yeah, good play that. Good play. A long kick from 50.
That looks better for them.
Bad luck. Terrible bad luck. And Wallington, who's had a bit of the footy and probably could have finished there, but shot from 50 metres, just missing to the minor side. Woods quickly back into play and spots Healy, who's getting a lot of the footy since he's come on. Scott?
He seems to be playing on the ball.
And again off to Woods, who's backed up the ground.
And a good kick there
to Chief. Getting into the play. Starting to dominate a little bit, the Chief now, as he mops up, cleans the ball up to centre half forward, and Essendon looking out wide and really not looking for anyone really there. You've got to think they just went for the boundary line there, Scott, and body language suggests that, they're just happy to...
Boydie and Holt trying to say we kept the ball in, but the umpire's not having any of that.
Yeah, just got to worry about worrying signs for Essendon there, and, pleasing signs for the Rovers as the ball's back into play on the half-back flank for Essendon.
Brown again gets a knockout. He's actually killed the lurker in the ruck.
Yes, he's won all the contests there. And And look, they're mopping up across half back with the wind as though we would. Looking for something there, trying to set something up. And there's not much on offer.
Really doing much with the ball, I don't think.
I don't think
There's a lot of overuse of the ball, Essendon. You know, when it works for you, it's terrific, but when it doesn't work, it makes you look pretty silly.
Kick forward and Essendon, good grab at centre half back. Very good grab.
Probably about the only time that bloke's got over Timmy Wilmot.
And here's the lurker, right in his roll, just loose across half back, looking to set something up. He's one of their playmakers, no doubt about that, as he kicks long down to centre half forward. Ball's moved into a forward pocket. Essendon have got the footy here now, and they see if they can set something up. Under pressure all the time, even power up the ground, taking him on.
Ben Martin hands out to Woods.
Woods.
Little flick across there towards the direction of Lukey Holt.
And you notice
Brown
Woods
again.
lifted the head to have a look where he's even going to kick that footy. Always time to have a look what he's going to do with it, as does this bloke. Tremendous play from Drew Anderson off to Willow. Willow up forward and unfortunately falls into the arms of Essendon, but it's obviously touched off the boot because they've called play on. Essendon back through the centre of the ground. Essendon moving the ball forward, trying to set something up here. And good effort from Denver to spoil again. Juno mopping up with him. That's the teamwork you want to see at the foot of the footy.
Or Busby, can he pick it up?
Oh, good
Taken
effort.
out of it.
Yes, he
I'll tell
was
you what.
taken, but I think his second effort's good. Look at the effort here. See that?
Fantastic work, Buzzer.
That's the difference.
Great work, Buzzer.
That's the difference between him on a good day, mate. He can do anything. Tremendous second effort there. The ball's given off. Good effort from Essendon. Eyes on the footy there. He did well, that kid. Did well. Beat about 5 of us, actually. Unfortunately, couldn't put the ball out. And Juno, Billy Campbell's favourite man with the stats, mops up to centre half forward. And Essendon clear the footy again. Just a bit of a stalemate there, and they're standing still, Essendon. They don't want to really be doing too much running. And the Rovers full of running as he switches play across half back.
But finds straight to Chief. Timmy Wilmot, good hands. Out there to young Lukey Holt. Holty, a little flick across. Direction of Buckers, and he's taken it. What's a great mark, Buckers. Under a bit of pressure. Oh, he's got up a bit of a limp there. Bit of a limp there. Might Corky, perhaps.
Yes, he was really caught out of position there in the air, and it was a tremendous effort to take the grab, actually.
He can actually, he jumps quite well up and back, doesn't he?
Yeah, he has eyes only for the footy, and you wonder whether he just might have copped a bit of a corky there, I think. Kev's looking at the knee, but I don't think it's the knee. I think
Buckers will be kicking from about 30 metres out here.
Important kick here because
we're his distance too, 30 metres, I reckon, Bill.
Well into the quarter. Well into the quarter.
I reckon his dad could kick the ball a long way.
Yeah, so I think his mum was a better kick than Dad.
Really?
Yeah. As he kicks and has a ping and makes a volley. They can tell by the crowd. They're giving a pretty good barometer back there, the Rovers people, and he's belted that through. Very important goal into the wind. And, the Rovers now starting to get a bit of the ascendancy.
And with Essendon having first possession of that ball, you'd think they'd be very, very disappointed because they would have expected to get a goal from getting possession in the back line. And then
there's Raucus just quickly giving Buckers a bit of a leg work. There's one leg to another there, mate. And won't it be good to see him back next year?
Michael Davey, yep. He's worked pretty hard this year, Michael Davey, and he'll be fantastic next year in B grade. Ball bounced again. Down it comes in the direction of nobody. Taken out by Sugar Hill. Oh, lovely little blind turn there, Sugar.
Yes,
unfortunately lost possession of the ball, and the ball goes back towards... thank you, Steve Anderson.
I think we'll have to tell Sugar and Boydie that blind turns aren't a stat.
Steve Anderson flicks the ball out in the direction of... who's that out there?
Juno, just caught by the red Commodore going past there. I think he wanted to have a bit of a look at it, actually.
No, if it was a Monaro, he would have.
Very keen. I think let a little look across as Wilmot centres the ball, but umpires there half-time.
Siren goes there, half-time, and the Rovers with quite a comfortable lead.
Yeah,
6 goals, 9-45, and Old Essendon 3-4-22. Great first half from the Rovers. Let's hope we can carry it on in the second half.
Yes, 15 scoring shots to 7. Okay. As the CEO and the President of the AFA leave the ground. Umpire has the footy to start proceedings in the third quarter. Done a pretty good job, the umpire so far, Scott. Really, there hasn't been any real incidents in the play. There's been some undisciplined acts, and they've picked them up pretty quickly. There's been no arguments, and the crowd have usually a good barometer have indicated that there hasn't been much to complain about either. So, number 19 puts the ball down, McCarthy, to start the third quarter, and Brown wins a tap down. Ball going nowhere in the middle.
Scarlett doing some heavy work in there.
Yes,
Very heavy work.
I'm guessing we'll be looking to try and exert a bit of authority here now. They'll be wanting to try and get back into the contest. If the Rovers pick a couple up early, you've got to say that they've got the game. Brown uncontested and a big knock forward. Oh, and a tremendous effort at the footy there great effort from just trying to pick that player up. Denver Arts, tremendous effort. Ball into the Rovers forward line, and Essendon clear out wide. No one there really to do any damage for them there, though, as Busby working hard at the footy, and our camera's working hard to find the footy. Ball out of play on centre wing. Boydie there at the foot of the footy.
Doc Anderson, Busby.
All looking to take a piece of it. Brown uncontested again, and the ball's knocked forward. Excuse me.
And out of bounds again.
Yes, and with a 4-goal wind here, Scott. A 4-goal lead here at the moment, and a 4-goal wind. If the Rovers use the ball wisely here, they can really set up, a commanding lead at the end of this quarter.
We just really don't want Essendon to get any more than perhaps one goal against this, Bruce.
Essendon working hard to get the ball moving along the boundary line. Always under pressure though, Scott. Always seem to be under pressure when they've got the footy. Haven't had the clean possessions they had in the semi-final or early encounters during the course of the year. And certainly Norm's got them under pressure with the tackling that the Rovers are putting on all the players.
He's asked the boys to tackle hard, and they are. Out there in the middle of the ground.
Good effort,
Yeah,
good effort.
Great work there. Great work.
Healy getting the ball forward, and Denver just seeing it over the line. You see Lakey on the boundary line there, just picking up a few rays there. He's spent a bit on the block out, and he's just getting some value for money there. You can see the water moving on the ground pretty quickly.
He's looking very casual there, Lakey, isn't he?
Modelling the pump house for us there as the ball comes back into play.
Busby over the back. Little flick across there.
Denver.
Ooh, almost a free kick to our bloke for in the back, but no.
Essendon looking to move the ball off here. Good hands when they get the ball going, and that's the big fella.
Flaherty.
Yes, he's a big lump of a lad, isn't he? Ball out on centre wing.
Had to be thrown in. The wing position. Can Brown continue to dominate this ruck contest?
Yes, he just got over the top there. The umpire, I think he's played advantage to McPherson there, and Essendon have the footy and have played on. Infringement against Brown in the ruck. Ball forward, and the Chief just mops up.
Again.
He used the footy really well today, Chief. He really hasn't missed a target, I don't think. And again, he's found one of the smaller blokes. So he's got the kicking boots on today, the big fella.
Now, Brad, find someone yourself.
Kicks the ball forward. Contest there. Looking for
Quick hands from Doc over to Carr.
looking for Brenton Holt there. He was big grab.
That's a great grab, that.
Big grab
Grab
from
on Power.
yes. Big rumour that they'd be giving the smokes away in the off-season, Scotty, along with Matty McKellar. That's the Quinella, a bit of a rumour going around the club at the moment that B grade will see the Benson Hedges bite the bullet in the year 2002 as he moves forward.
Next you're going to tell me he's going to give up the sauce.
Nah, that's could never rumour that. The ball kicked
Only
forward.
a couple of steps there, but looks good enough.
The umpire's back where we were going to see him in the middle there, and bang!
Good enough, another goal. Well done, Adam Power.
That's a good goal. Good 4-minute mark of the first quarter. Hampton get the first goal, 7-9-51 to Essendon 3-4-22, and they're just starting to open up a bit of a break, Scott, now. And the breeze is still with us, so it's going to have some sort of effect as the game goes on. Not that easy to kick with it, though. It's a bit of a swirling wind, but it's certainly to the advantage of Hampton Rovers this quarter. Ball back in the middle. Umpire McCarthy. Red 19. Bangs the Sharon down. Brown bangs it forward. It's becoming a very repetitive.
Busby on the forced kick on the left. Ran out and the ball's almost flicked back from power. Tried hard there, but
I noticed their president out there, Scott, just quickly running water in the yellow shirt. Obviously not the wonderful support available at Essendon that certainly is at Hampton Rovers.
it should be hard for us to get our president to run water.
It's hard getting our president to run. And the ball...
Hard for us getting him to hold a glass of water.
Ball out on centre wing, and Chris Scarlett actually now showing his presence. There he is, actually getting a stat himself, the Prez.
If he could run Carlton draft, I reckon he'd run a few of those.
He's a tremendous workhorse. I just hope he watches where he's travelling with those water. I've noticed him running through the middle a couple of times and nearly got caught. I just hope he's mindful of that.
He wouldn't want to get caught by Chief. There's Timmy Wilmot.
Clears the ball.
Back, up to where Buckers flies in front again.
Ball at the foot of the ball there. It's good work from Benny Martin. At the foot of the ball, Busby.
Little flick across. He just missed it.
Gee whiz, that was good effort from Ben Martin there. Roving the ball in front of the packs. Slipped it across quickly. Busby almost a sniff there. And he brings up the one Calico.
Now again, we'll see if Essendon hold the ball a little longer. Try and use it. No, he's not.
And he's coming to this side of the ground too.
Yeah, the big fella there, Panagiotopoulos, takes the ball. Oh, put a bloke under pressure.
Yeah,
Buzz is working very hard, doing some hard stuff there, Busby.
Clearing the footy.
Oh, and he's just in the direction of Wood, Buckers to Denver. Denver has a bit of a ping. I reckon he's just kicked that off the side of the beat. Wouldn't be happy with that kick, Denver.
And he had a bit of time there too. Maybe someone should have had a word to him there. He could have run in another 15 or 20 yards there and got the footy a lot closer to goal. But ball forward in Rovers' forward pocket, and that's where we'd like to see it. Long time wanting to get rid of the footy. I noticed Panagiotopoulos was pretty keen to give it off to Dragolio there. I think it's his first cousin, Scott. I think that was a bit of a stat in that, actually. And
I reckon one's a Greek and one's a Yugoslav. So they're first cousins.
Yeah, they're definitely first cousins, mate. Both names finish in an O, so they've got to...
Hang on a second. How can Panagiotopoulos finish in an O?
Ball by Essendon, kicked it up.
Busby's controlling the ball. Boyd looking to hand it off to someone. Still got it, Boydie. In a bit of trouble now. I think he might have thrown a little left there, Boydie. Tried to make it look like it was an accident, trying to get rid of the ball, but I reckon he's pinged that bloke in the head there, Dragolo.
He's probably lucky he wasn't pinged for holding the ball there, actually, Boydie. But got away with it. Ball up. The lurker punches it wide. And he's tried hard. He's trying hard, but he's up against a very fit, formidable spring jack in Anthony Brown, who's wearing him into the ground, I think, as the ball's thrown back into play on half-forward flank for the Rovers. Brownie again knocks forward. Hands out to Essendon. Hands out again to Essendon, giving the footy off it, running into nowhere. And all he could do there, the big fella, was just pump the ball towards the boundary line. Really.
I'll tell you what, I reckon they're knackered already, Essendon. They are looking tired.
Kavanagh. Yes, hands on the hips a bit here on a couple of them. You can see that as the ball's coming back into play. And it's a wonderful sight, I might add, Scott, too. As Chief now just mops up, just brushes a few aside, gets hands off, looking for Wilmot. Carr intercepts. Ball cleared by Essendon. And he's battled hard, that bloke. He's tried pretty hard, Oxford.
And Kari kicks the ball into our half-forward line.
Big kick from Kari.
Unfortunately, nobody's there. Coming out wide. Essendon, Buzzers on the mark.
Yes, their skipper, mate.
Yep, Fleming. He wrote a couple of James Bond novels, that bloke, too.
And Evans, who was prominent very early on in the game and got their first couple, but now a penalty against us for just not coming back over the line there, Holdy. He was asked by the umpire twice to come back and didn't step back, so Rovers now just infringing. First time really for the day. Evans, prominent early, now getting a kick in the third quarter, looking to give it off, and a good
one
mark.
One hand over there by Denver. In front, as usual.
Chips wide. Chips wide, and the cameras will tell us that he found one of our men who's obviously running free, who's kicked now long. I think it was Healy to a contest. Ball over the back of the pack, and it's still in
Almost
play.
down,
Oh, geez, they're not showing a lot of enthusiasm, Essendon here. It's
No,
just all a
they're
bit
in
too hard, I
bother
think.
down there. They're in a bit of bother.
And Rovers will take it off them. They don't mind it.
Martin,
Eddie
across to
Martin.
Doc Anderson, across to
Buckers.
Buckers pinged. Had a
And-
shot. Busby claiming kicked the ball to me, but Buckers had a shot for goal, and unfortunately,
I think. Yes, a lot of the footy, the Rovers out wide there now, and you know, you've got to look, and it's sort of been festering for a little bit now, but Essendon certainly not with the same endeavour that they showed in the semi-final.
I reckon they turned their toes up already.
Ball back to centre half
Timmy
back.
Wilmot.
Wilmot takes the ball on the half volley, beautiful take, and does not muck around with
Thank
it.
you very much, Timmy Wilmot. Boys will get over there and give him a pat on the back after that. Probably one of the better kicks in our side, Bill.
Yes, he's he's been tremendous since he's come into the side, and he's got very good skills, and I think we just better make sure that we don't get this video anywhere near his dad, because if anyone mentions the sun and the surf and Port Douglas to Timmy Wilmot, he might go on holidays. Playing tremendous footy, and considering he's had a severe knee operation, he's bounced right back, and I think really with a full pre-season he'll be a tremendous player for us next year.
And it's good to see he's got the desire to play footy again too.
Yes, yes.
After losing it for a while.
Yes, let's hope it stays with him. I'm sure it will. Ball back in the middle and bounced up. No one really won the knockout, and there's Flaherty trying hard, pushes the ball forward, but look at the endeavour on the Rovers. 3 or 4 of them trying to bring him down, and he's been pinged there. And Juno, who was
Quick to
distracted.
get the ball off towards Holt. Brenton Holt takes the ball in the centre wing position, directing a bit of traffic there, Holdy. Doesn't mind directing traffic. Kicks the ball into the half-forward line. No one there.
Essendon
We needed a couple of...
running through the
front
corridors.
centres
He
then.
just doesn't know what to do with it. He's got his it's just a bomb of a kick really to no one, and he's very lucky to find this fellow. Very lucky to find.
Dale having a run for...
Very lucky to
Come on
find a
the ground.
teammate. Centres the ball back into the middle.
Leask across the ground
He's
again.
had a bit of the footy, and of course
Larry.
the lurker where you'd expect to find him at centre half back. Gives it off to Evans, who's had a lot of the footy early, but now just trying to lift them a little bit. Up to Pooch and Lodov.
A lot of crap.
And Lotta Smith gets the footy, gives it off, and Essendon looks searching.
Oh,
and the
jeez,
chief,
you don't mind.
the chief has just put this
That's
bloke.
Hakeem.
I don't think he'll be too keen.
That was a good fair income shirt front. They were both going for the ball. He's still down on the ground, that Hakeem.
I'll give you
Tell you
some.
what,
I think you'll find the umpire will be stopping play. We're running with the play at the moment, but I'm pretty sure you'll need about 17 blokes in a stretcher to get
he is
this
in
bloke
a lot
off.
of bother, that kid.
Umpire on the mark here. Timmy with the kick.
He has not moved. Now, there's blokes out there trying to pick this fella up. And I tell you what, he is in a lot of strife.
Yes, I think
Gee.
he can.
Oh, that's the end of it. That's the end of the game for him.
I think you'll see the sirens come around the corner.
He is absolutely been kiboshed there.
There's a good
Now,
fair.
he's trying to get up. Oh, look at that. He can't. Oh, he's gone.
I think a good bump by Chief. No problems there. No one's complaining. No one said anything.
No,
it was
it was a
just
fair
a
bump.
good fair bump. Ball by Timmy up to centre half forward. I still don't think he'll come off the ground on his feet, that fellow, but we'll wait and see as the ball goes through to
They've
Sugar
got to hold
Healy.
up play here.
And
They've got to
he-
hold up the play here because this kid is in trouble. That's a bit unfortunate for the Rovers because we had possession of the ball, clean possession. And no, they've got to bring out the stretchers for this boy. They want to be a big, bloody, strong stretcher too because he's a fair hulk of a kid.
Yes.
He is, oh, gee whiz.
Well, Chief sort of softened him up in the first semi-final, and with a good hip and shoulder, and obviously keen to come back for a bit more, and he got it. Not listed in.
Trainers out there too to help this poor kid. He's
Kevin-
in a fair bit of bother, okay?
Kevin has probably gone for the knee. I think he'd be looking to see if that knee's playing up again. He's a knee expert. But I think it's anything but the knee here. I think you might find that
I reckon it's ribs,
jaw,
collarbone,
nose,
arms and legs, the lot.
and here's the Prez out with the stretcher now. Geez, he's a workhorse, this fellow. Got to admire his work ethic. But this
Yeah.
fellow,
Now, this guy's about the same sort of build as Chief too, so but he's a bit young. I think he's only about 19 or something, and it just shows you what a bit of experience can do. You know how to give them a good bump and come off all right yourself, because it didn't even phase Chief.
Well, it's twice now that he's run into the Chief, and I don't think there'll be a third time. I think beach volleyball will be the go for this kid.
Or deck courts.
Yes, something like that. Crib.
Maybe tennis.
Oh, I mean, a bit hard for him, the tennis. He's got a broken wrist, mate, I think. It depends which hand he's whacking it with, but good solid bump. And look, it probably hasn't hurt Essendon, really, because I thought the Rovers were in the ascendancy. And look, while we're removing him from the ground, we might
mention a few of our sponsors, Bill.
Correct, exactly.
And, certainly would like to thank the Church Street Gym for giving us gym sessions every week as awards for our players. Would also like to, and the guys here at the Church Street Gym are Dean and what's the other bloke's name? Anyway, like to thank them. We'd like to thank the Saki Bar, Peter Samaras down there. We'd like to thank Cosmo at Hair Lab, Cosmo and Jody. Also like to thank the Lobster Cave, and of course that's Billy Ferg for giving us Lobster Cave dinners. Hampton RSL, Shane Logan down there. We'd like to thank Julian and Bill at Kyatt's Hotel. It's good for the players to get these awards each week. It gives them something to play for, and I'm sure they all enjoy going out and taking advantage of these tickets and free dinners and things.
Probably should give a quick mention to Billy Mirabito too, Scott, who on Mighty Good Catering, who on Thursday night, prior to this game, actually put on a wonderful feed for the players. And Billy does that every grand final game, and to this point in time, in 95, 98 and the year 2001, we hope we can add to it. They've been victorious each time, so there's got to be something in those schnitzels, Scotty.
Yep. Play about to resume here after Hakeem's been taken off on the stretcher. Down the ball gets bounced, and up goes Brownie again. A big knock there from Brown. Falls to the hands of Daz Kiz, who's also related to Panagiotopoulos and Dragolio.
Yes, they're a family club.
Yep. Daz Kiz again. Chips it out here. A bloke on his own here, Dale. He had a few touches since he came on. Hands it. Oh, he put a bloke under pressure.
But they're under pressure all the time, aren't they?
And Chief, excuse me, he says, as I'm going to come through again. Out to Steve Anderson.
Rovers mopping the ball up and moving it across half back here now. A couple of players out wide. Chris has moved right out wide, and he'll use the footy here. Beautiful big long handball off to
Shenfield on for a run.
Guy who's come onto the ground. Yeah, good to see.
That hair's starting to get a bit longer again too, isn't it?
Yes, I think the music season's coming on, mate. You've got to look like a musician.
Yep.
As the ball's moved out, and Essendon just happy to really find the boundary line here. They're just hugging the boundary line. Kicks really without any conviction at all, but he's found the lurker, McPherson, who gets the footy off. And
they're
off
coming
hands.
out looking like they're going to have a bit more of a go since that incident, I think.
Yes, well...
They'd need to.
I don't think... he was making an enormous contribution, but he certainly isn't going to make any more, Scott. Certainly not to this game, anyhow.
Might make a bit of a contribution to the Alfred, I reckon.
As the ball comes back into play, and the Chief keen to get back onto it.
Anderson.
Good hands to Healy.
Sugar Healy looking for Carr. Hands it back instead to Denver. Bit of fancy footwork there from D Arts.
And does not muck around with the footy. A big long kick down the ground. Contested at centre half forward by Brenton Holt. But Essendon clear again with the footy. Off towards the boundary line. Juno working hard, just mopping up.
Is that a love bite on Juno's neck?
No, I don't think so. I think it's just a little blotch there. I think he's recovered from that red Commodore that went around the outer there halfway through the second quarter there. He did really take a fancy to it.
I reckon it's a love bite.
Ball back into play. Chief. Down to Pooch.
Duck.
Pooch, who's looking to get the ball on and hangs onto it for a long time here, and he gets caught.
Should have gone the first option there, and he's just going to make sure a lot of shit stays on the ground for a while. No,
and it's actually this fellow's kick.
Oh yeah, this pain in the arse, Oxman.
Oxman gets the footy and just doesn't know where to go. He's lost Hakeem, unfortunately, so he's not there. Ball kicks forward, and look, he picks out Juno. No, Matty McKellar's come on for a run. Good to see Previous captain of the club in a grand final side, a winning grand final side, getting a run.
Ball from Healy, cross there to Drew Anderson. Drew looking for Chrissy Scarlett and finds him. Chris chips the ball back across there to... Ooh, Shannon just dropped that one. Ball's going to go out of bounds on the Rovers half-forward line.
Got to be careful he doesn't get up too far, Shenners, because the wind gets into that hair, mate, and it could drag him over the boundary line. Ball back into play by the boundary umpire here. Shenners front and centre. McPherson in the ruck. Chris Scarlett taking him on here now. And Denver decides he'll take, I want the footy, thanks, and gets the footy off. But to Schmidt, who gives a good handball off to an Essendon teammate, again back to the lurker, looking to set something up, getting a lot of the footy early in this third quarter. Handballs off, but gee, without conviction, and look, under pressure all the time. Got the footy, they've still got it, but they've gone nowhere with it. He had a terrible good look at it, that boy.
Oh,
And they've really bloomin' squashed it round, going nowhere here now, going absolutely up and down on the spot.
a few of them ducking their heads out there, aren't they?
They're trying hard, but gee whiz, they've just got no real purpose behind their play.
Pooch.
And the Pooch mops up. Good kick of
Look
a
down there to
football.
watch Chief.
And
Chief
he's
takes a
fouled.
grab. A fair bit of the ball, Chief.
Yes, I think since quarter time he certainly has. And Denver goes up. Essendon off hands, brings the ball to the ground, pushing the back there to Essendon. Probably there too, I think. So Essendon take the free kick,
Healy.
and he gives it off again to guess
Oh,
who?
lurker.
Out wide. Off to Evans trying to get the ball into play. Flaherty there, but he looks like he's run out of steam. Matty McKellar at the foot of the footy there. Ball comes out to Essendon. Brownie's got him though.
Good
He's not
strong
going
tackle.
anywhere.
Oh, that's an earlier throw. Flicking it behind his back there.
And forcing the ball forward, Essendon, they're trying. Is an effort to tackle. He gets his boot to
good
the full, but
second
it's
effort
only
in.
straight to Woods. Woodsy clears to the centre of the ground. With one kick, he's basically undone all that work by Essendon, and the ball's back into the centre of the ground. Essendon have got the footy, centre half back, trying to set something up. A lot of handballs, but no, not really going anywhere with the footy.
I tell you what, that buddy Woodsy's mean, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Kavanagh bouncing the ball along the...
Yes,
Boundary line.
has tried hard,
Oh,
actually, Kevin.
Straight to Chief. Chief looking for an option out here. Sees it and Brown. Little flick across there to the direction of Healy. Overran it.
Shenfield
Shenfield
sets
on
it
the
up
left.
into the square.
Oh.
Big mark.
Good grab there. Steve Anderson, the skipper. I was just thinking you wouldn't want to be in an orphanage trying to get the last bowl of porridge if Woodsy was next to you, would you? He is mean.
Oh, yes. Well,
He wouldn't give away anything.
Well, where do you reckon he gets that from, eh? One of our good sponsors who we haven't mentioned, actually, SportsMart, who no doubt next year with the sponsorship there'll be a
You're
significant
not saying
contribution.
right to me, are you?
No, he's a sponsor of the club, mate, and he'll be chipping in, I'm sure, in a big way next year. That's the rumour floating around the club. SportsMart will be big in 2002.
Great
at the
work there.
Rovers.
9:11.65, the Rovers, 3:4.22. A pretty commanding lead at the 23-minute mark now.
Yes, they've broken the game open now,
Great
and
goal there from the skipper.
heads have dropped a little bit.
Woodsy doesn't mind the luncheon either, does he? Nice job.
Watch, he's got, there's that president in the centre square again. He really has to watch that. He's going to get himself caught out at a centre bounce here if he's not careful. He's done it 3 or 4 times and he's just got out in time. Just be mindful of that. I picked that up earlier on.
Bounced out. Up goes Brown once again. You get sick of saying it.
No, you don't.
Big knockout.
And Essendon through centre, up off centre wing, up forward into the pocket, but no one there. Just
Look out.
and there's a nice little. I think Pooch has
Yeah,
just
no,
basically
Woods
let
has
him.
gone in there hard and so Pooch.
I think Pasella might have just checked a filling or two in that bloke's head. Then just making sure everything's intact.
Handing the ball to the umpire.
He's on
Always
the
doing the right thing.
on the
for
skipper
Sullivan.
at the moment, the
Lovely
Pooch, and Denver on Schmidt.
Ball almost out of bounds.
Oh,
and the
Brownie.
ball out of bounds.
Good second effort.
While we're talking about Pooch, we'd like to thank Vicky, his mum, who used to supply the pasta sauce every Thursday night for the Rovers, for some of the expert chefs to put together with a bit of spaghetti or a bit of penny pasta.
Yes, that was a Thursday night's very special for the players as the ball's pushed back towards the centre of the ground now. Rovers with some purpose about their play. First to the ball, bottom of the pack all the time. And ball into the centre of the ground now.
Essendon.
And
I don't know
Manny,
what that was for.
no, I don't either. Unless he was pinged for holding the ball. But gee whiz, there are about 7 or 8 of them there. As Essendon clear the footy out wide, looking for someone out wide to take a grab. And he's trapped the ball well on the centre wing. But again, he really hasn't got any purpose. That's a good effort to mark, actually. But again, he's tackled.
Dropped the ball.
Wonderful
there, though,
tackle.
Yeah, good on you. Oh, Pooch in there doing a bit more stuff too. Good spaghetti sauce, the old Vicky Marcella.
Might have been Timmy Wilmot there that laid that tackle on Goodger, and he's really feeling it.
Yep, he's having a word to say here to Pooch. He'd be asking for the recipe for this bolognese sauce, I reckon.
Yeah, so not unusual for Pooch to be having too much to say. Ball down. Centre half back for the Rovers.
Again. Could record that, couldn't we? Brown again. Quick to get rid of the ball there.
That was Drigolio, mate. He's had another touch. Drigolio.
Denver Arts just ducks back. There's a bit of time.
He's played a great game, Denver.
Kick the ball there across to young. Is it Holding? No. Doc Anderson. Oh, he's off.
Oh, he got pinged there with the footy. It might have been Lukey Holt there, I think.
Then.
And the ball, Essendon run through centre half back and into centre half forward, kicks long right into the square, but the Woodman's there. Runs through, backs himself, long kick. He's played a tremendous game as well. And he's just no one there really to contest the footy. Essendon again pushed the ball forward, but he's got no one to go to. He's just popped it into a corridor, and there's just nobody there. Essendon player tackles Drew Anderson, and Drew nowhere to go. Let him know that he couldn't get rid of the footy either. So umpire forced the ball up. Drew just a little niggle there in the foot.
Might be leather poisoning in the foot, perhaps.
Yes, he doesn't waste the footy, Drew, that's for sure. Brownie, hands on hips, says just let me have another crack at this as the ball goes down and up. And again, he's one take. Decides I'll have this one now and run. There's a bit of a little and got caught. A bit unlucky there, I think, but
stiff.
Little bit and look at, and obviously must have had something to say. A little bit frustrated, I think,
Probably
there, Brownie.
said blast. Brownie.
He doesn't say too much, I know that.
Bit of a quiet lad.
And
but he's got a few sisters at home. He probably can't get a word in at home.
It's very unlike him, though. I wouldn't have been too much in that. I would have thought that'd be maybe more annoyance in himself. He might have just let an audible obscenity go at the fact that he got caught. But needless to say, Essendon...
An audible obscenity? You mean
yes.
he swore?
Well, he might have. It's my Catholic upbringing, Scott.
Audible obscenity.
And Benny Martin there, Benny Martin just letting him know that he's going to have trouble making the distance here, this fellow, Oxenham. And no, that's indicative of what's happened today for this mob, I think, really. Never even looked like it.
Absolutely.
It's out on the full.
Himself.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Be a few Rovers people now starting to get a little bit of a smile on the dial, a couple of happy lines on the faces, mate.
My word. Now,
McKellar.
Stat there for McKellar. Back to Woods. Woods runs on. Kicks the ball there in the direction of Benny Martin.
Benny
moves
Martin.
the ball further downfield, where the ball's taken there by Buckers. Oh, yes, and he's chipped across the... Oh, here's a go here. Steve Anderson couldn't get it and kicked off the ground there by Sugar Healy.
It's twice.
And he kicked it.
No, it's touched, I think, mate. It's twice now. It's he's had the ball touched.
Might have to work on him to kick the ball a bit quicker.
Yes, rumours about where he's going next year, mate, and whether or not he's playing footy again, but I'm sure we can get him over the line. As Essendon bring the ball back into play. Looking for Trigolio, but no.
Good mark there from Luke Holt.
Lukey Holt with the footy. Always spots someone, Luke. Always looks to give the footy off, and he's got 25 against him.
Yards.
Drigolio won't be happy. It's about as sad as the number on his back, actually, that decision, and unfortunately...
You'd expect Luke Holt to kick this.
Well, this is his distance, and, you know, he's only a young kid himself. Like, he's only 19 years of age. He's got plenty of footy left in him, and I think with a few T-bones in the off-season, mate. And
maybe giving up the Gaspers too wouldn't hurt.
Yes, we might get him a trifecta out of him with McKellar and Power, but this is his forte, and he's got silky skills for such a young fellow, a big future in the club. I don't think you'll be giving this one off. I think you might be told to have a shot here, Scott.
Yeah.
Difficult little angle though with this bruise.
Is he the same belt size as you, Luke Holt?
Yeah, around my ankles.
Yeah, he slotted that through beautifully. That's a great kick there from Luke Holt.
Yes, that's
Kari and Benny Martin going over to say well done.
You can see the body language
Big
amongst
bump's
the
gonna go
Rovers
with the
players
kiss.
there, Scott.
Rovers move on to 10-12-72, 50 points ahead of Old Essendon, 3-4-22 at the 30-minute mark of the third quarter. Looking good.
Very pleasing scoreboard, and really this must be very... Look at this Essendon president, mate. I keep saying it. Blimey, Teddy. So there, and bingo. Bingo, it's happened.
Pinched in the middle.
Pinched in the middle. Was always going to happen, that.
Brownie's kicked the ball up in the air. Down in the direction of Buckers. Ball comes off the pack. Leading in the race for the ball, Rovers. Oh, there's too many defenders down there.
Good clearance from Essendon. And actually
The
finally
back
found...
line, oh, hard work there, Doc.
Backed himself, Doc Anderson, and that's indicative of our footy today, Scott, as the ball is... there's been a free kick found here against
Essendon.
Against Essendon, and I think it's going to... who's got the ball out there, Scott? Didn't see that one actually occur, but is it Healy?
It looks like Healy.
Yes, it is.
Good kicking ball too, Healy.
Yes, but they've all found that left side today from...
Giving it a bit of a tug, if you pardon the expression.
That could be the red Commodore in the background.
Oh,
Just
no, Juno, where are you?
Get him out of the back pocket. They've all found the left side. And ball back into play, Essendon. They cleared the ball to half back, and Kavanagh...
Wilmot coming in late on the scene, but knocking the ball away.
Over the shoulders to Kavanagh, I think there might be a kick there, and there is. He's just picking him for over the shoulder. A bit stiff there. Kavanagh's tried hard. Oh, great one-hander from Buckers. Beautiful mark. Magnificent mark, and he plays on. Long
very
kick.
Quickly.
Looking to spot someone.
And he's picked out Power. That's a great pass. It's a great pass from Buckers to Power after some good work there from Timmy Wilmot.
Good and beautiful one-handed mark there from...
Fletchy trying to get in the picture there.
Beautiful one-handed mark, and he's actually moved the footy on very quickly, Buckers, to a bloke with plenty of skill, this fellow.
He's kicked two, I think, Power.
Isn't that interesting to see the solo ad in the background there? It's quite appropriate.
He's kicked three.
And that's a lovely kick.
Well done, Adam. Good bit of work there from the Rovers to notch up another one. It puts us 56 points ahead there.
Yes, for those that might remember last year's game,
57 points ahead.
Effectively Essendon lost the grand final by 20 goals to Old Camberwell Grammarians, and certainly Old Camberwell haven't gone on this year. Not Old Camberwell, sorry, Old Caulfield Grammarians. Whilst Old Caulfield haven't gone on, Essendon again have fallen in the grand final in what looks like to be a big margin again. Certainly the Grammar boys there are not able to withstand the pressure. And today it's all been one-way traffic in that regards from the Rovers. Tackling's been tremendous from everybody.
Expect this to be a long quarter because of the time taken when the Hakeem went off.
Ball bounced. No one really got that tap out. Secondary knock from Denver, belts it forward. Healy trying to get the footy. Brown gets the hands off. Unfortunately to an Essendon player. Juno there to mop up. He's had a tremendous game too. Beautiful play, Juno.
Doc Anderson, Dr. Pooch. Pooch back out there in the direction of Chief. Chief runs it down, playing with grace, Chief. Playing with a lot of grace. Hands it over to Kari. Short kick there. Oh, and a bit of bother. Look out, son. Oh, whenever Chief gets near the ball, they all want to get rid of it pretty quickly. Up there to Evans. Played quite well, Evans. Oh, good tackle. Good tackle. Woodsy without the ball tackled. Pasella off the ground and a lot of shit. A quick snap.
And he's kicked that
what,
inside out. Inside out.
That is a reverse snap torpedo that he has managed to jag through the goals. We didn't need that. We did not need that, but, well...
Just as they come back to the middle, I've heard just a bit of a story that Chief's having trouble with the demisters in his new combi, and they're causing havoc.
Is that right?
Yes, the windows fogging up, causing havoc, and every possibility we're going to see a bit of that over the next few days too, I think.
You could be sleeping in the old combi a bit.
Yeah, well, I don't know what's causing it, but it's a worry for him anyhow. As red 19, McCarthy bangs the ball down into the centre again, and Brown bangs it forward again. Centre-half back clearance, and they haven't been able to break away Essendon here. Handball's not going to targets now, as they're really having to work hard just to retain possession of the footy. This fella's tried hard.
Again.
Evans, in patches.
And as the siren goes for three-quarter time, a good commanding lead there from the Rovers, and we need a good lead. 11-13-79 to 4-4-28. The Rovers now leading by a good 51 points. And it is a strong breeze, so it's a great sort of a margin for us to go in with at three-quarter time.
Okay, here we go again.
Final quarter.
Rovers with a 50-point lead, kicking into the breeze at Elsternwick Park.
30 minutes for glory. Should be looking forward to one of those amber fluids at the end of this.
Certainly will. Certainly will. Umpires just looking to see everyone in position here.
Done a pretty good job, the umpires, today. I think we should invite them back to our rooms for a couple of refreshments afterwards.
Yeah, so look, I think this fellow, I think McCarthy's done a tremendous job actually, and really the penalties, whilst, we haven't seen all of them, there's been no arguments from the players, so they've obviously been there, and the supporters, which is the barometer of the best way of knowing, have really had little to say or complain about today, so they've done a fine job, and so have the Rovers. As we move into the start of the last quarter now with a 50-point lead and 30 minutes
of footy to go. Down she goes. Up goes Brown again. This time no one gets a knockout. Ball shark there, kicked out towards the Rovers half-forward line.
Busby getting a kick early, and Brown pumps it forward.
Again. Power. Looking to give it off. Oh, unfortunately the ball...
Just off hands there.
That's a pretty ordinary performance there from bloody Healy.
Just off hands.
Healy from Essendon. Grabbed the ball, he's gone straight backwards towards our bloody boundary line.
Yeah, so I think that says everything. I think they'll be looking to just
You know what
save a
that
bit of
says?
credibility here, Scott. They'll
It
be
says he pooped himself.
looking to just try and save some face here, I think. And the Rovers, they'll go on with the business here. I don't think they'll rest. And if they've got any pride, Essendon, they'll fight on too. McPherson gets the touch out for a change.
Oh.
Haven't had to say that too often today.
The ball, chips it across. There's Buzzer. Work hard, son. And he has.
Chips it out.
He's kicked the ball backwards, and he has actually found young
Healy.
Yeah. Great vision from Buzzer.
Yeah, that's using your brains, I think. And he's had a great game, and this fellow hasn't done much wrong. I'd like to see his stats at the end of the day, Scott, but he's had a lot of touches since he's come on. And he's kicked from 40 metres into the breeze, and that's a great early start to the last quarter.
Well done.
Tremendous start to the last quarter. And look at the players. Look at the way they're moving around. Drew Anderson, he's got the adrenaline flowing. He's going to thank everyone on the ground. Really, the body language says it all. They've very pumped up the Rovers and very keen to finish this off.
Yeah, I reckon they have this nailed.
Back into the middle. Brown. His familiar
this
role.
This is still a 3 to 4 goal breeze. Essendon kicking with.
It certainly is.
Good to get one early against the breeze, though.
Yes, very good start. And look, he didn't even want to have a crack at him, the lurk, and then he stayed right back, let Brownie have it. Matty McKellar on the deck, though, and hands up. Oh, got one in the face, Matty, there. Could have got a kick there. Got a smack in the face.
Art's across there to...
the Woodman. No, the Woodman stepped up the ground a bit. Followed his man up.
Shenfield, Doc Anderson now. Holty.
Brenton Holt centres the ball.
Buzzer.
And Busby.
Good grab again.
And I think, will have a shot here. He's certainly capable. This is his distance, Scott, and I like him more from 45 than I do from 25. I think once he's kicks through the ball, he's a far better kick for goal. And I think since moved to centre wing in the final series and allowed to use his aerial skills and his ability to run and kick long, he's been a revelation, I think, since moved up the ground. And it's given us another option when he sneaks forward. So this really will bang a nail in the coffin here. I think this would finish them if he puts this through.
Healy shooting now. Busby shooting now, and he's got it.
And
it's
again,
a great kick.
yes, that's
great kick.
That's his distance, I think, and wonderful kick. 2 good, lovely goals early in the last quarter, and McKellar there deserves a bit of a pat on the back. It was his hard work up on centre wing, and a smack in the face, I think, just quietly at the same time, getting a handball over the top that had the ball move forward through Shenfield and the likes.
And speaking of McKellar too, another fine sponsor, the McKellar family.
Yes, sponsoring, they certainly are, the Optimised Group, on the back of our jumpers for the next 3 years at least, and they've been tremendous. And the players walking around in the new clobber, all thanks to the Optimised Group. Ball down in the centre, and Essendon laying a tackle, which is interesting to see. Nice change. Ball out wide, and they're working the handball here, but it's just to no one, and the kicks have got no purpose in them, and he just bombs this freely. And the skipper, whose job against the Brews has been to mop up across half-back, is there again to do just that.
Out to Pasella from Steve Anderson. Pasella, long handball, direction of McKellar, there he is. Previous skipper of the side. Chips the ball across to Chief. And Chief's given away probably his only free kick he's given away all day. There's just no spring in the step of these Essendon boys at the moment. They've really had the gong. Look, hands on heads, hands on hips. No run. They're gone. Oh, straight to Woodman.
He's played a tremendous game.
Switching play now, Woodsy. Going to have a bit of a bounce. Skipper's going to say, I'll watch your back here, son. And back up the middle. Straight to Sugar.
He's got a lot of the footy, this boy, since he's come on. And he usually gives it off, so we'll be looking for someone here.
He's looking right, he's looking left, he's looking right again.
And we sat it up in the air. He's gone for Brown. And the umpire's paid a free kick here, I think.
Nothing
no,
decisive.
He hasn't.
He's going to say it's my ball and bounce the ball from the centre wing position on the Elsternwick quarry side of the ground, where the kids are out there having a bit of fun. Mum will be pretty happy getting those dirty pants home.
Ball's bounced up, Essendon win the tap, but Brown doesn't have to take it out of the air. He waits for it to come down, gets the handball off to Benny Martin. Benny Martin pushes forward, but Essendon remove the footy out of defence, get a bounce forward. One of the few times they've been on their own and actually been able to have a bounce, and they're still under pressure though, as the ball's kicked forward and marked by Evans.
Good to see Lukey Holt not giving up the chase then.
And Evans, he'd be thinking he'll have a shot. He kicked a couple early. I think he's a bit of a goal kicker. Sets it up.
Fair shot that too.
And that might be his forte. Bad luck, just missed again to that left side of screen. Difficult kicking him from that pocket. Everyone's had a bit of a tough job of that today, and Woodsy gathers the footy, brings the ball back into play. Kicks out wide to a half-back flank and finds Anthony Brown. Pinpoint right on the boundary line on half-back flank. Just setting up play here, having a look up the ground. Brownie, in no hurry to give the footy off. Chief giving a move, leading for him out this side if he wants to switch, but he chooses to stay down the boundary and kicks long up towards centre wing. And unfortunately picks out his counterpart.
In Flaherty.
No, it's not his counterpart, it's Flaherty. A good player, this bloke. He's tried hard. He's only a kid. Kicks forward.
Red-headed Irishman.
And Wilmot.
Timmy Wilmot working hard.
That's hard. And
Rovers not prepared to give away anything here. They're going to knock that ball through if they look into a bit of trouble. Happy to concede a point. And Woodsy again. Directs traffic pretty well down there from fullback. Chips the ball out short to Timmy Wilmot. Kick number 500. Back out to Woods. Set play. Oh, did not want it. Busby knocks the ball on, but free kick given away there from the dock.
Pretty soft free kick there, I thought. And Kavanagh gets the ball on centre wing, kicks the ball forward now for Essendon, and looking for and finding, almost anyhow, bad luck, ball to ground. Flaherty tried hard. Healy gets the ball, and the ball's jugged out of his hand and over the boundary line. In the back pocket for the Rovers, about 45 metres out from goal.
Considering that's a 50-metre red line, I reckon it's about 50 metres out.
It's only the 40, mate. It's 45. Yeah, I had a look at that before the game.
Did you place it out? Did you?
No, it's marked. It's marked at 45.
Smart ass.
There's the pump house. Ball thrown in at the pump house end, and Denver
Taken by
says, I'll have this
Denver.
if nobody wants it, and they don't want it round him, and he gives the footy off.
Sheffield.
Just a bit unlucky there, right on the line. And Guy knows it too. Just a little bit stiff there. Touch and go from Denver. Umpire ruled against us in this instance. Essendon to bring the ball back into play. And he centres the ball, looking now for one of his tall timbers and hasn't got him. Ball down to Deck Brown. He clears off the back of the pack and finds a Rovers player. Moves up the ground. Pushes through the middle and unfortunately he's picked out an Essendon player who again gives off at centre half back. Ball back through the centre of the ground. Big fly, huge fly there. Ball to ground. Drew Anderson mops up beautifully, gives the ball off, and a mark will be paid there to, I think, Brenton Holt. No, Luke Holt. Luke Holt gets the footy. Hawks plays back through the middle, looking for someone, and unfortunately found the opposition in this instance. Doesn't happen very often. He normally finds his target. Essendon giving the ball off, playing back through centre wing, and a great mark to Benny Martin. Their eyes on the footy, and that was the difference in that contest. He knew what was going on. The other bloke didn't have a clue. Ball across through the middle, and Brownie mops up, leaves the ball behind in this instance, which is a bit unusual, but second effort's there, and he mops up, and the ball will be bounced by Red 19, McCarthy. That's Strigolio, Scotty.
Yeah, the cousin to Panagiotopoulos.
Yeah, they look alike, actually.
Yeah, the name that ends in O.
Yeah. And the lurker caught out there. Brownie's not, though. He gets the ball down to Holdy. Holdy pushes the ball wide towards the boundary line.
Needs some support there, Holdy.
And good to see... good to
overrun.
see Goodyer try and take out Holdy there with nothing to be gained at all.
He went a bit too high, I think.
He's a bit of a hero, I think, that fellow. It's just not football, as the sign says behind us. Sharon comes back into play, in the back to Gino. Should get a kick here, I think, and does. Played a tremendous game, Gino. No, gee whiz, I don't know what that was for. I missed that.
Pushed the other bloke in the back in the ruck.
Okay.
He's allowed to give away one.
Gino mopping up. Hand by Gino to Pooch. Pooch goes forward. Beautiful kick.
Good kick.
Beautiful
Good
kick. And unfortunately just bounced out of Holdy's arms there in the contest. Ball's brought forward. No, they just don't know where they're going, do they really? But
they're playing very confused footy at the moment, Essendon Grammar.
He's tried hard in the last few minutes though. Panagiopaulopoulos.
Oh, look at this. Look at this.
Again, he's got the foot. He's had about 5 possessions in the last couple of minutes, Panna. And he gives it off to the lurker, who's again in his customary position, centre half back.
And forwards, blocking and smothering and tackling and doing all those things that you like to see.
Goodyer gives the ball off, but he finds Benny Martin, who's right there with him.
Look out for the axe.
Denver's taken his man on, and he's been pinged there, I think. I think a bit unfairly, actually, as the boys push back now and man up. About 10 minutes into the last quarter. Essendon clearing the ball through the middle again, trying to get the ball running with handball. Big long kick forward. Oh, and a good mark by the skipper, but a free kick against him there. Just hands off. A little bit unfortunate that there wasn't a lot in that. But in this instance, the umpire said there was, and he's paid the free kick to Essendon.
Yeah, it's Heritage, who's not quite sure of his own heritage.
Kick one already today. Again, only a young fellow. Good lump of a lad, though. And he stabs at the footy.
He's made it.
And put a goal through there. Put a goal through, and giving them a little bit of respectability. A little bit unfortunate there. There wasn't a lot in that, really. And you can tell by Steve Ando, he knows that too, that all he did was basically arm on him to just lean back into the bruise, had the ball going over the back of him, and nothing intentional there, just a bit unfortunate. So
13-13 Hampton to, I think it's 5-6 Essendon.
And the ball finds its way back into the middle. You see the breeze there off the players' jumpers, though, Scott. There's still plenty of wind out there. It's
just run out of time, I think, Essendon.
Yeah, it just hasn't been an easy wind to kick goals with, really. Both sides have struggled a little bit from set shots. Ball's down.
No one gets a knockout then. Ball's out in their wing position. Some of the Essendon players still working hard to pick the ball up.
Denver on the back of the pack again there. one or two Essendon boys trying to run the game out here and have a red-hot go, and he's been rewarded for his efforts, this kid, actually. I think that might be bloody Dragola Olio, I think, and he's tried pretty hard, actually. Essendon pushing the ball forward from the half-forward line.
Just tried hard to pronounce his name.
Very much so. And a mark taken on the boundary line here for Old Essendon.
Tough conditions out here today, but Hampton Rovers look like they've handled the conditions a lot better than Essendon.
Hasn't been a goal kick from this pocket all day, and here we go, again to the left side. It's been the same result all day. And look at the bruise there. Look at that bruise. There's plenty of wind out there. Gee whiz, if you're on your game, you know, you could really come home with a wet sail. But there's certainly not much left in these boys' tanks as the Rovers clear off the back of the pack. McKellar up towards centre wing, moves the ball forward. Running onto the ball is Chief. Traps it. And they don't really want to know him. He's still got time to get a handball off.
Direction of Shenfield.
Into order of Shenfield.
Past him.
Essendon mop up though and release the footy. Chip ball, little chip through the middle, and he's actually found him. Found Heritage, who's got his second touch in a minute. He's a very ordinary kick. Terrible kick to no one in particular. To Timmy Wilmot gathers, bounces over their heads here now. And the sting's just gone out of the game now as the ball's just been belted backwards and forwards.
Hands out there to Healy. Healy feeds the handball through again in the direction of Boyd. Boydie, good tackle, Boydie. Good strong tackle. The umpires claim the ball.
Yeah, good effort there. Timmy Wilmot mopping up 2 or 3 times there in a row. He's had the ball on a string all day. Ball up, centre half forward for Old Essendon.
Well, Brownie nudged out the way there by the lurker.
Actually won a knockout there.
Across there, Healy. Little left foot chip across there to Denver. Denver taps the ball in the direction of Guy Shenfield. Picks the ball up. Relieves out towards Buckers. Couldn't hold the ball this time, and the ball's out of bounds. Buckers gives number 63 a little bit of a nudge who wants to go one back. Buckers says, well, cop this in, Wally. And that was, who's the other bloke there? He just didn't want to know anything about it. Brownie takes the ball out, handballs between Holdy's legs. Holdy flicks one back. Drew Anderson up towards the half-forward flank. Buckers is there, he says, cop that again. I'm going to knock the ball further forward. Out of bounds, midway between the pocket and half-forward flank on the Rovers' attacking side of the ground.
Cipollini was that little hero who was going to nip Buckers by the ankle, I think, there. And he hasn't had much of an impact on the game at all, number 63.
Has been a good player for Old Essendon though this year, Cipollini.
Yes, hasn't been his day today, but then it hasn't been really any of them today. I think McPherson's probably stood up, Flaherty and Evans, and really you've got to struggle to go past that. Softy gives one away there to the lurker.
And he's saying, what was that for? Just that little nudge in the back, Softy. The lurker hands it off there to number 5 in Oxenham.
He's tried a bit too. That's about the end of it though, really, and this fellow's just mopped up across half-back all day. Chief gets the ball back through the middle, but no one there on this occasion. And Heritage, don't know where this boy's been for the majority of the game, but certainly he's getting a few kicks in the last quarter.
Timmy Wilmot knocks the ball away again.
To the Healy. Healy loses the ball. Wilmot off his feet and bounces into an Essendon player's hands. Here we go. He's had a bit of a ping.
And he's got a bloke 20 metres out with his hands up in the air saying, why didn't you kick it to me?
Rovers clear out of defence. Brown, Gino calling him on. Gives the Shepherd off the ball. Needs to get rid of it. And he does. Gino making position for him again. And still working Gino up the flank. Tremendous effort. Yeah, so that's the efforts that you like to see. Brown clears to centre half, but there's no one there.
We got a free kick downfield, I think. Yep.
Yes, you have.
He was badly disposed of after he'd gotten rid of the ball then, Brownie, so it's Lukey Holt.
Badly disposed of.
Lukey Holt over to Buzzer. Buzzer taps the ball on. A little bit of a flick pass that. And the ball
we're all diving in there. The endeavour's tremendous, and that's what's been the difference between the two sides today. I think at the end of the day that certainly the Rovers have wanted the ball a little more.
And see Gino up there, he's wanting to get his name on the stats book as kicking a goal. He's trying to have a bit of a run up forward.
Yes, he's worked out well all day. The whole back line's been tremendous, actually. They're a wonderful unit. And they clear the footy. Essendon over the top, still trying to run with their handball, set something up, and again, they've plucked
Solid as
out.
a rock.
He's plucked out the Chief. The Chief across to Benny Martin. Benny Martin gives it off wide and finds Healy. Knocked up getting kicked since he's come on. Looking to set something up and finds the skipper. Stephen Anderson kicks long into the breeze. Looking for one of the tools, and he's found, just about found Buckers. Got up very high. Essendon player stood with him though. And the ball has kept in play, but just lost it in the video screen here now, but a mark to Essendon across half back. Handball's back through the middle, and Essendon looking to set something up through the guts, but they've picked out, and a good gutsy mark from Drew Anderson.
Trying to get away from his opponent there. Threw a little chip pass across there, direction of Buckers. Buckers still plenty of time to pick the ball up and swing it on his left foot. Another little chip across to Holdy. Holdy, heaps of time. Look at this, look at this.
Trying to
keeps
set
the
something
ball
up.
in play. Oh, and Matty McKellar runs through, kicks a goal. Great work from all players there involved. And Matty pretty excited about that.
Yeah, it's good play from Lukey Holt again, the playmaker, setting the play up there. Always happy to give it off. Good play from Buckers, who looked and searched for him up the ground. And Matty McKellar, true Rovers goal there.
That was almost an alley-oop, that, wasn't it?
It almost was in footy
Basketball.
terms, yeah. And from a footy perspective, it was. As the ball comes back into the middle, and Red 19 McCarthy comes in, has a good look around, left and right, grabs the Sharon, and down we go. Bang! And Brown goes. Bang! Unfortunately, not with the conviction normally that we've seen all day. Ball goes straight down to the bottom of the deck, Essendon clear. And again, Heritage. I don't know where this kid's been, but kick number 4 in the last quarter. Kicks forward and he finds
Probably the only time Timmy Wilmot's been out.
Flaherty. Flaherty centres the footy, get moving it on pretty quickly, looking into the goal square, off hands, and what you'd expect from the boys down back. As the scoreboard reads 20 minutes into the last quarter. Hampton 14-13, 97. Essendon 5-8, 38. Ball's brought back into play. Woodman brings it back into play. Anderson off the pack. Has a bounce, has a look. Looking to set something up. Long handball off to the vice captain, Arts. Arts, who's been tremendous all day. Long and lean into the forward line. Unfortunately plucked off by an Essendon player in the contest. Ball back quickly into the middle. Straight back to Drew Anderson. Wrong option there. And Drew off to Denver, who again tries to spear the footy. This time he finds Luke Holt, who takes an uncontested mark about 55 metres out. If you're looking for someone, Luke, here, a bit worried about the air getting up those strides today, Scotty. One good gust to wind up those strides and he'd follow Shenfield over the boundary.
Would too.
But so far we've kept him on the deck, and he's been a great little player.
Not much of him.
Having
run around the shower to get wet.
Setting this up in the goal square. No, the wind's dragged it through. He might have kicked that. Oh, tremendous goal. Wonderful goal.
Well, that's very similar to the goal he kicked at the other end of the ground. A similar sort of angle.
Yeah, he's a definite little playmaker and a good finisher in close. So, look, tremendous play on working the ball up the ground. The captain, Stephen Anderson, Denver Arts on 2 occasions spearing the ball forward. They just haven't stopped all day, deliberately pumping the ball forward. And on this instance...
Might be doing a bit of that later too, a bit of
yes,
pumping and pumping.
He's still having trouble with that Demister, Chief. And the ball is...
Good graciousness.
Down she goes in the middle again, and just for a change, Denver says, I'll take this out. You have a rest, Brown. He gives the ball off, but Essendon take the footy and clear, pumping the ball long, and the Chief just mops up.
Give me another possession, says the Chief. And he kicks the ball back out in the direction of...
Skipper.
Skipper.
Yeah, Stephen Anderson chips across over the top and finds Boydie, I think. Or is it Boydie? And he kicks long into the breeze, setting it up for one of the tall boys up front. No one in front that time, and the ball comes to ground. Oh, Essendon dropped the footy cold. Wrong side of the play for the umpire to see that. Denver wants to square up. Fantastic work, gets the ball out. Gino to Shenfield.
And Essendon's breaking away on the half-back line. Kicking the ball out to the centre wing position. And it's all Hampton Rovers here with Chief another possession. Flicks the ball there across to Shenners. Shenfield with the ball, and he's got Gino further up on his own, saying quickly, quickly. Shenners is heading towards the goal though. Big pack of players fly there. Young Lukey Holt off the pack, gives it to Denver, and Denver slots it through for another goal for the Rovers. A great bit of work there from young Holty to Denver Arts. Great work, Rovers. Pretty happy about that, the boys too.
Yeah, just basically supporting what we've been saying about him, happy to set the play up. And, you know, in that instance, it was a handball off the back of the pack, and he had the presence of mind to know he had his vice-captain out the back. And deserved goal to the vice-captain because he's done a lot of work at ground level today.
He's been a lot of hard work up and under, hasn't he, Denver?
And it's red 19, McCarthy, grabs the footy, in he comes. Bang goes the footy, and bang goes Denver again. And Juno gets a bit of the footy in the middle there. Billy Campbell, take note, he says, as he picks it up. He's not done with Denver, he's still having plenty to say. And that's indicative of all the blokes out there today. They've all worked very hard, they've all had that same passion.
And they'll all
about
celebrate
the footy.
Very hard tonight too, I think.
As the ball goes up and Brown bangs it through forward again. Healy gets the footy on the deck. He's looking for someone, looking to set it up. Chips it out wide. Saw Juno sneaking forward. That was a tremendous effort from Healy. And Juno just a bit stiff not to end up with that actually. But he made position well. Ball pushed forward by Essendon.
The ball's heading towards the boundary line. It's about to go out on midway between the wing and their half forward flank. Not long to go now. As the time clock's ticking away.
Yeah, it must be 25 minutes at least now. Ball thrown back in on centre wing.
Rovers got this in the bag. Doc Anderson again sees the ball go to bounds.
Some wonderful sights up here, Scotty, as the ball's coming back into play. I'll tell you what.
See Slugger down there on the bench, past president.
Yes, and I've seen some better sights than that. Ball back into play in the same spot. Essendon clearing the ball, hands. They've tried with the hands all day, but they've been caught all day. They haven't been able to get clean possession too much today.
Bergoglio.
And again, there's a good example.
Guess who? Woodman. Back out there to, who's that out there?
Healy.
Healy again. Hands across to Skipper. Skipper, controlling the ball well, says, I'm going to give it to you, Chief. Chief says, bang. Little chip across there to Shenfield. He's made his presence felt since he's been on the ground too.
Well, they all have. Everyone's contributed.
Timmy Wilmot again, kick number 500 for the day. Trying to have a bit of a run on the ball too, I think, Timmy.
You might just think he can have a bit of a ping here, Timmy. He's a good kicker of football. It's been shown today you can kick goals from this pocket, up this end of the ground.
Fair way out though, Timmy. Fair way out against the breeze.
Yes, but the ball's travelling all right. He sets the play up.
Buzzer up high. No, outmarked on this occasion.
He's battled
One
hard.
of the few occasions he's been outmarked, mind you.
And that's Flaherty, who's tried pretty hard today, actually. Gives the footy off, quick hands over the top. And they run the footy, Essendon. Big, long kick through the middle.
Not playing very direct footy, though, are they?
No,
There's
they're not.
a lot of shit. A lot of shit. Had another snap and he's kicked another point. Probably all deserved, really. So and so.
And Woodman steps back to the line here now.
Been a very, very, very good player today.
Yes, he's been your best players, this man. But I mean, it'd be unfair to single out any individual, Scott, because for the full term of the game, everyone's had a red-hot dip. And team effort today, no best players. They're all fantastic.
Kicks it to himself, then chips it across to the direction of Shenfield, but picked up there by Healy. Across there to Denver Arts. Denver onto the skipper. Skipper's going to have a bit of a run again. Another little chip pass to Chief.
And the Chief chips over the top.
Kick a goal, but I'm going to kick it to Buckers instead. Give Buckers another go.
Buckers at about 35 metres out here. He'll have a shot.
Matty Lawrence, it's probably the right side of the ground to kick the goals from.
Yes, it is, on his left side. He's had a bit of a look around, but I think his intentions are to have a ping here. Kari calling forward in the middle.
And Buckers saying, get nicked, I'm going to have a shot myself.
It's a lovely long kick, and just across the face.
Close, but no cigar.
There's to be a few people hovering around underneath us at the moment. Scott waiting for the can bar to open, I think. Very hot day today, and of course we've tackled and handled the Mountain View spring water very well, I think, to this point in time. As Essendon clears the footy again. Into centre half back.
Oh, Mark dropped there.
Boydie gets the quick hands up, quick hands on to Brown. Brown, awkward handball for him to take there.
From an Essendon player.
And they clear the ball across half back.
Bit of pressure there.
This is Flaherty. No, it's Heritage, actually. Sorry, Heritage with the ball. Big long kick up forward.
Thanks, says Tim Wilmot, but the umpire saying you just nudged him out and a little back.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate there, similar to the Stephen Anderson one, where the ball's floating over the back of the pack and they've just looked for some leverage.
Yeah, a bit of body on body.
Not much in that at all, actually. And Evans, who's kicked 3, I think, today.
But Timmy hasn't done too much wrong today, so
he's had a good game.
Wouldn't be concerned about that.
And Evans has
he might have slotted that
in.
Yeah, good goal to the vice captain, deputy vice captain. And the scoreboard moves to 6-9-45 Old Essendon. Hampton 16-14 110 at the 29-minute mark of the final term. And I think you could safely say at the 29-minute mark she's all over a Red Rover.
Yeah, Rovers be looking to celebrate now, and big night at the club this will be, I'm sure. He's given that footy a good old pasting, I think. Hasn't found its way back into the middle, so there'll be a little bit of time on here as they gather around the middle, and you can imagine what would be said in the middle right now. It'll be a pretty interesting little centre square there, I think, it's been said.
Brownie's probably saying to the fella, I'm going to get one more knockout.
Yes, we look forward to seeing you blokes next year, all that sort of stuff.
Yep, all about to be bounced by a Red 18. Down she goes. Good bounce there too. Brownie says one more. Thank you.
I'll have that. And Gino's into smother. Having a little run with the footy, I think, Gino. Enjoying that opportunity.
Like all good backmen.
And there's the siren, Scotty.
Fantastic result for Hampton Rovers. 16-14 110 have defeated Old Essendon 6-9-45. And I reckon it's just about time for you and I to go and have a drink, Billy boy.
I'm sick of this spring water, mate, I'll tell you now.
Let's let them do the presentations and we'll have a drink.
Yeah, fantastic effort from the Rovers. No passengers today. Team effort both on and off the field. And
probably should mention the coaching panel. Chief Coach Norm Goss is ably assisted by David Sammy Holt and Kevin Gusher Goss. Chairman of Selectors Wayne Stafford puts his bib in there now and again too. But great effort. 16-14 110 to Old Essendon 6-9-45, which turns around the match last time we played them, in which the result was Old Essendon beat us by a point.
Yep.
Great win.
Thanks very much,
Go
and
Rovers.
Thanks to all our supporters. Thanks for everyone for attending and following us. We have the biggest following going around, I think, and look forward to seeing you all again next year.
Representative I don't mind.